a mistake again. Well, I didn't really make a mistake. It's a little bit more complicated than that, and I had to create another stream. But I was trying to broadcast also on TikTok, but I see that's not gonna happen because Streamlabs, the thing that I actually paid for, doesn't really work. So we're just gonna be broadcasting here right now, and we'll deal with it later, I guess. I'm just gonna wait for people to come in. Well, I don't have to wait for people to come in. I'm already there. But yeah. Sorry for the confusion. Hello, hello. Sorry for the confusion, everybody. I used Streamlabs. I wanted to stream both on YouTube and TikTok. I thought it would be a nice idea. Um, but Streamlabs did not work. I just got error and it did not work. So that was a flute, flute. I don't know if that's a word. Can you guys hear me okay? Yep, okay. Nice, yeah. Yeah, sorry for the confusion there. I'm assuming some people waited in the other place. Let's see. Gonna try it? Hi. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Is it live?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You okay being live? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Wait, I don't understand.
Are you okay
Yes,
being
I'm
live
okay.
for my YouTube channel? Okay, what's your name?
Avi.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. What was it?
Avi.
Avi. Okay. Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view? Nice. Love it. Avi, how do you feel about animals?
I like animals a lot. I find them cute and I'm not very scared of them.
Do you
Yeah. Yeah.
do you think animals deserve moral consideration? And by that I mean that if something we're doing is impacting them, then we should consider their well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, do you think this applies to all animals or just like cats, dogs?
All animals.
All animals. Can you can you tell me why is that? Why should we consider them morally? Like why is it that we should care about their well-being?
Animals are also living creatures, and I think that every creature deserves to be loved and cared for because animals also have feelings, just
Yeah.
as humans.
Exactly, exactly. And at the very least, we should not be oppressing them. That means to be cruel or unjust towards them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that when we're buying animal products, maybe it's cheese, maybe it's milk, maybe it's eggs, maybe it's meat, are we being fair towards the animals that had to be exploited for those products?
It depends. If they are if the animals are treated right by the humans and having a good life, then I think it's fair.
It's fair to kill them even if they've been treated right.
Not skill. But like milk, it's fair if the humans treat treat them right. Because we give the animals something and the animals give us something.
But let's go through milk a little bit because do you know why cows produce milk in the first place?
I don't.
So they're mammals. They produce milk like humans when they have babies.
Yeah.
So they have to have babies in order to produce milk, right? So do you think that they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers decide for them?
Farmers decide for them.
Yeah. Would you say that's okay? Is it
No.
fair? No.
It's
Exactly.
not fair.
That's number one. Number two, when the babies are born, because we want to take their milk, a lot of the times, actually not a lot of the times, most of the times, farmers don't let the baby stay with their mother because they would drink their milk. So instead, they separate them, and they feed them some form of formula. Is that fair?
No, it isn't
No.
fair.
Of course. And if they're born male, they don't produce any milk. So what do you think they do to them?
Kill them for meat.
Exactly. And if they're born female, same fate as their mother. Every year impregnated, every year's baby stolen and exploited for their milk. And at some point they kill them. Do you know when?
When they can't produce any babies anymore.
Well, they kill them when they can no longer get them pregnant. So because if they can't get them pregnant, then they indeed don't produce enough milk, and that
Yeah.
happens like at a third of their natural lifespan. Is that not cruel to do this to them?
Yeah, that is very cool, yes.
Yeah. So knowing that you respect animals or you claim to respect animals, do you think you can still maintain that claim while at the same time buying animal products?
No.
No, exactly. What would you call a person that doesn't consume any animal products?
A vegetarian?
Well, vegetarians still consume dairy products and eggs.
Oh yeah. I forgot the name, but it's close to vegetarian. I know
It's
that.
a vegan.
Vegan, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So being vegan is not a diet, by the way. It's merely an idea that we respect animals, and as a consequence of it, of course, we're not gonna eat them. We're not gonna put them in situations where they'll be killed or used against their consent. Does that resonate with you at all?
Yeah.
Have you considered going vegan yourself?
I have considered, and I did it for like a week. But I do want to go vegan, but I can't find the right food I want to eat then.
If I provide you with the resources necessary to help you with that, like nutrition and everything, would you see it as important than you going vegan then?
Yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty. I mean, I'm just going to give you some resources because I don't want to push you too much, and I feel like you're pretty honest with me, and I appreciate that. So, if you scan this QR code,
Yeah.
you could watch something. It's called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. It also talks about eggs, in case you have questions and stuff like that, honey, and all of this. It's not gruesome. There's two videos there. One is Dominion, and the other is this one.
Yeah.
And Dominion does show everything that the animals go through. Like, if you can't muster to watch that, then watch The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. Can you promise me you'll watch these two? One of them. One of them.
Yes.
Okay. And also there, you have a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day and help you go vegan for free.
Oh, wow.
And you have my YouTube channel also if you want to watch the conversation back, okay?
Yes.
Was it, what was the name again? Something with A, I forgot it.
Yeah, Avi.
Avi. Awesome name. Avi, I'm Chip. I hope you have an awesome day and
too.
respect animals, okay?
Yeah.
You seem like a compassionate person.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, have a good one. Thank you. Here you go, everybody. We started the conversation with a young child who was very nice, very open. I think he was a bit shy. I didn't want to push him too much. I think he did great having a conversation with me. And I don't know, I just appreciated him the way he was, intellectually honest and all that. Hey, Erwin, nice to see you there. Cool mom also. Yeah, I agree with that. Benji. Martin is also here. Hello, all the awesome people are here. And my fellow moderators, let's do a thing today. Do not silence anybody for more than 2 minutes, and only if it's absolutely necessary. Like, I don't know, they're spamming emojis or some shit. Because I feel like the reason how YouTube recommends these streams is based also on the chat rate. And for lack of, for better or for worse, they come in and they chat, so the chat rate goes up, and thus the stream gets recommended to more people. But let's see. I know you already do a great job. I just want to be sure that we're on the same page because I don't know. I just want to be sure that we're on the same page. I mean, I really do appreciate all the work that you guys do there, as moderating and everything. So. Wade Harris has been saying this for a while. Yeah, man, it's I don't know how long I'll be today. I'm expecting 2 hours. It's been a pretty intense couple of weeks for me. I just can't explain. I am taking some days off. Like I'm not only just working and helping people out, but even with all that, it just become. Hey, you want to try the social experiment? I just ask you some questions. That's it. Okay, perfect. That's. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's okay.
Do you want to come here so that you're in view then? Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. What's your name?
Should I hold it?
No,
or-
I'll hold
I'm
it.
Henry.
Sorry. Henry, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from,
Meet
Henry?
you. I'm from here.
From here, from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Okay, love it, love it. Henry, how do you feel about animals in general? Do you think animals deserve respect?
Yeah, I like animals.
You like animals, okay. Do you think they deserve moral consideration? And by that I mean that if something we're doing is impacting them, then we should consider their well-being?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Okay. And do you think this applies to all animals or only the animals that you like?
No, of course it should apply to all animals. Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with this? Are there a specific type of animals that maybe you are forgetting right now, or maybe that it's so ingrained in everything that you do that we exploit, we use them for something that we don't actually need?
Well, I think especially considering like all the, cruelty-free, like beauty products or something, when in actuality it's really not. And usually that happens with like, bunnies or cats or, animals that we consider pets or cute.
Yeah.
But they are not doing so good.
Yeah, so testing on animals is bad, isn't it?
For sure.
Can I ask why is testing on animals bad?
Because it's cruel, because it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary and it's cruel. Okay, so if something is unnecessary and it is cruel, then we should not participate in it, right? Okay, what about the animals that we use for food or for clothing?
I mean, it really depends. For me, like, I have a fur jacket and it's real, but I bought it like 2 years ago and it was already dead for like 30 years. And then I think, okay, then it's okay. But I think now we shouldn't be making these products anymore.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, no, for sure.
Yeah, so we can go into that
And like leather, it's difficult.
so when it comes to fur, for example, the danger is that while you're right, you buying that fur jacket maybe hasn't created demand and thus animals being put to be exploited and slaughtered. I think it takes about like 20 animals
Yeah, and
for a
I
single
mean,
fur
it
coat.
depends where you buy it. I bought it at some weird flea market store, so though it won't impact the demand for it, of course. But I won't say I'm not a little bit embarrassed when I wear it.
And I get it, but when you wear it, do you think that you're maybe sending the message that it is okay to wear somebody else's skin?
I don't think so. I think it's everybody's business what they decide to wear or not to wear, because even if you look at other things, like maybe you can be super extremely pro or anti animal cruelty, but your car has leather seats, you're wearing plastic glasses, in this way.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be an ethical consumer, I think, in this day, because, every company.
But if you have a
It's-
choice to be an
If you
ethical-
have a choice, I mean, this
Yeah.
is what I say. Like, of course, I buy a lot of vintage clothes because I'm in the position to do so. Some people, they say like, oh, I can't buy vintage or I can't buy this or that, the ethical route, because it's not affordable, which I understand, but also not really, because it is a choice. Like you said, like there's so many places where you could go to buy something that is less expensive but way more ethical. It's just, the choice.
Fair enough. And we'll come back to clothing, but what about food, for example? Do you consume any animal
I'm
products?
not vegan, but I'm flexitarian, I guess you could call it. I work at like a vegan, gluten-free place, so I mean 80% of my diet is already vegan, and it's something I do like on purpose, but also not really. But like you said, like sometimes I'm craving it, and I think
I never said that.
it's
I don't.
okay, but
Is it okay if you're craving the flesh of somebody else? Is it okay to exploit and kill them because you're craving their flesh?
I mean, no, but it depends on the way you put it, I think, because, of course, what you say is the truth, it's the reality
Yeah.
of things that are happening. But then again, I don't think we should blame the consumer. I think we should blame the people that are producing these types of things and the people that are marketing for these types of things. Like, it shouldn't be glorified.
Do you think you have some responsibility in the matter?
Of course, because, every little bit helps people.
So it starts with you, right? Like,
It starts with one person, for sure.
well, not just it starts with one person, but you create the demand by buying these products, right?
Which is true, yeah.
Yeah. So you could always choose to not buy these products, right? And
could.
do you think that if you choose, let's say, because one time per year you choose to buy an animal product, for that one animal was exploited, slaughtered, and because you did that, another animal will get exploited and slaughtered because you paid for it. Do you think to that animal it matters that if the whole year you didn't buy any animal products, or do you think that it
No,
mattered that you did?
definitely not. I mean, in that case, it doesn't make a difference. But as I again said, like I think it's important to, see what you can do yourself. And I am working on this. I mean, I try to be as ethical as possible. If I want maybe to eat meat or want to buy something like plastic or want to go on a plane, like I have to think twice about it to see, you know,
But these are
if
not
I really
equal. You
shouldn't.
realize that, right? Like when you go on a plane, when you buy plastic, there is some environmental harm being caused.
Of course.
But when you buy flesh, an innocent sentient
Because
being
this is
is
what the
killed.
experiment about is about veganism.
Well, no, it's they're inherently different. One is about the environment. One is about rights. You know, like if I
Yeah,
if,
but
it's,
then again,
it's not the same thing.
of
Like
course, animals have rights, and the animals that are being slaughtered are in conditions that are absolutely unacceptable. But as I said, like, you know, from the beginning of time, we have been getting our food from animals, and I think it's an impossible goal to expect everybody to just stop eating meat.
But you
know?
can do it. Not everybody. Not everybody has had this conversation with me. Not everybody has the possibilities that you do. But you live in a city where it's so easy to be vegan that it's almost like it's ridiculous. Like the fact that you can choose to not be vegan is to me incredibly cruel to every single animal that you choose to not be vegan. And choosing to be vegan will not impede on your life. Will not make your life any different.
Exactly,
right?
because I mean, I haven't like studied about this or anything, but I'm curious to see, like, for someone that maybe would be raised vegan and would be staying vegan their entire life, but besides that, like, not really be interested in being environmentally friendly. Do you think it would be the footprint, like, would be so different to someone who,
Like the environmental footprint.
yeah, in general? I mean, like the harm they cause, like, to the world in their life.
Obviously, it will be lower. Yeah,
Of course it will be lower,
both
but
harm. Yeah.
yeah.
But either way, like it's not necessarily like obviously, like you maybe biking or walking, you may accidentally kill an ant. You may walk down the road and you may, I don't know, without even noticing, you may
Yeah.
harm an animal.
Yeah,
but
but
that
I
doesn't
mean,
give you
it's
the right
different,
to
yeah.
go directly towards exploiting and killing somebody, right? Like just because you accidentally do it doesn't mean, like, sure, your existence can cause some harm, but that doesn't mean you can say, well, I cause harm anyway, might as well go and pay for an animal to have their throat cut and be chopped into pieces for something that I don't even need. It's just because I crave it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see your point, and I agree, but you know, I'm gonna eat meat. I'm sorry.
So then you don't agree, right? Because
No,
if
I
I say
do.
I respect women, but then I go around beating women, then what I say means nothing because I don't really respect women. So if you say that you agree with me on the idea that it's wrong and cruel to exploit and slaughter animals for something you don't need and you're not going to continue doing it, then either you agree with animal cruelty or you don't agree with me.
I don't think it has to be so black and white.
But this is the logical conclusion of this conversation. You understand that?
I mean, I understand it, but I don't really agree because
What is it that you don't agree? If you consume an animal product, no, you know that you're going to be paying for cruelty, are you not?
I mean, it depends on where you buy the product, but yes.
It's cruel to exploit and slaughter an animal regardless of where the product is coming from. Is that not true?
I mean, I think so, yes, but then again, like, it really is, I think, impossible to have this standard for people because it's in our nature to want meat, you know?
You live in Amsterdam. It's very easy to be vegan here. Like again, like
Yeah, but that
consuming
doesn't mean I
plant-based.
want to.
So you don't want to. You don't want to respect animals.
I do respect animals, I just also eat them.
Do you think the animals who are exploited and slaughtered for you are considered respected by you?
I mean, in my head, I have respect for them and I thank them, but of
Do you?
course, yeah. I mean, I thank them for.
So if I grape a woman, I hold her down, I thank her, and in my head I give her respect
Yeah,
by
well,
thanking
this is
her.
something completely different.
Why?
because-
I'm infringing on her right to live free of my exploitation.
Yeah, but we were talking about humans versus animals, and I already said, of course they have rights. Of course they do. But that.
But you're going to infringe on those rights. They do have the right to live free of
But
exploitation.
I don't say they
but
have
you
the right.
want to be
Because
exploited.
what would happen if we don't kill any animals? Then, like, our world would be so completely overcrowded. It already is.
Our world will be overcrowded. Do you think that these animals are brought into existence specifically to be killed? Or do you think that
Some.
they reproduce by themselves?
Of course, they reproduce by themselves,
They
but
don't.
animals fuck each other and they
don't.
get children.
Not animals in animal agriculture. Animals in animal agriculture have a life where farmer decides everything for
yeah,
them.
yeah, no.
So they don't really reproduce by their own, right? Farmers do that. So you are essentially saying it's okay to control the breeding process of an animal, to bring them to life, to exploit them and then to kill them,
But
all because you
here's-
want to use them.
This is what I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's okay to exploit them. I'm not saying that. Of course, I agree. I think that there should as a society. I mean, here, as you said, like it's easy to be vegan, but if you look at like the U.S., for example, you should have the interview there because I mean they eat so much meat. They eat way more meat. But I think we need to just make sure that, as you said, like it's not as cruel and it's not as inhumane. Like
It's always cruel and inhumane. It
Well,
always is. Its exploitation and slaughter are inherent to animal agriculture. There's no animal product where the animal wasn't killed, and there's no animal product where the animal wasn't bred specifically to be used and then killed. No
yes,
animal
but it
product.
depends if they have enough room to live, if they have enough food.
And that's all
like,
of a sudden
these
makes
things.
killing them and bringing them to life to use them and kill them okay?
Well, look, I hope you understand what I'm saying, but what? Where do you want to go with this? Like, do you want me to renounce meat for the rest of my life right
Yeah.
now?
Well, I don't want you to renounce meat for the rest of your life, but do you at least
Also,
acknowledge that when you buy animal product, one animal product that you buy does inherently you are paying for animals to be to be cruel, for somebody to be cruel to animals, for somebody to bring a life an animal to exploit and kill them. That's what you're paying for. Do you acknowledge that?
I mean, I acknowledge it, but it doesn't have to be the case every time because, as I said, there ethical farms exist.
Please describe to me ethical farming of milk.
Ethical farming of?
Milk.
Well, I don't drink milk. That's one thing that
Do you
I
eat cheese?
that I don't know.
No. So you don't consume any dairy products.
No, no.
Well, there's at
eggs
least
either.
that because dairy is by far the cruelest one. But
Yeah, I agree.
like still like all the other animals, like I just don't know how you can say you can respect animals while at the same time pay for them to be exploited and slaughtered. Like again, do you know what age chickens are killed at, by the way, for example? Because I'm assuming you consume
No.
chickens, so they can live 10 years. Just give a guess.
Oh, probably like 6 months, something like that.
40 days.
Okay, well, yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, and even if it were 6 months, would that have made it better?
Not really.
Would it have been better if they had a lot of space?
I think, yeah, I think so.
Would it still have been good enough for you to support the killing at 6 months old? At what is that? 5% of their lifespan?
I don't know, my guy. Like, honestly, like, of course it's bad, but again, like, I can't do anything about this.
You can choose to not do the bad thing. You have the choice. Of course, it's bad. You can choose to not do the
Yeah,
bad
but
thing.
realistically, if I stop eating meat right now, then in 10 years, probably the animal industry wouldn't be any different.
If you choose to not kill a person right now, the same amount of people will be killed throughout the world. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you will make life different for up to 100 individuals every year. You could save 100 animals per year. Well, you could spare them the existence of
Yeah, but
exploitation
I'm
and
already
slaughter.
doing that every day. Like, the last time I ate meat was like 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, one animal had to be exploited and slaughtered for you.
Yeah.
And is that okay? You could have chosen differently, couldn't you?
I could have chosen differently, but then again, it is the society we live in. Like,
Well, it isn't, because you are making the society be unfair. It's not the society that we live in. Society is made of the choices that people make, and you are the one person who's making the choice that you consider wrong.
you know, can I give you a tip?
I mean,
I'm
if you-
gonna
if-
go ahead right now and continue my day, but if you want to really educate people about this, I don't think it's the right thing to put words in people's mouths and say you are killing these animals and you are unethical and you are doing these cruel things, and maybe in your opinion that is the truth. But if you want people to be open for your
It's from
information,
it's from the perspective of the animal. Like, what is it that I can say to you right now that you stop oppressing animals?
I think you shouldn't be barring people about their choices. I think you should maybe educate people more, because if in your opinion, and I partly agree with you, these things are so horrible, maybe you should just make sure everybody knows.
It seems like
And
you
then they
know
can
and
make
you
the
don't
choice for
want to stop.
themselves.
It seems like you know and you don't want to stop.
Yeah, that is true.
And isn't that illogical? So the two things I wanted from you was this: you to know, and you to acknowledge that it is cruel, and as a consequence, as a logical consequence, you knowing that you pay for animal cruelty means you saying you support animal cruelty, because you're not being forced to pay for it. You pay for it because you choose to do it. So that means you support it. So if you are going to say I support animal cruelty, there's nothing I can tell you, but you do support
Okay.
it.
Well, I think we're done here then.
So you support animal cruelty?
No. I
So,
don't.
so you see, you refuse even to acknowledge what you're doing, which in
No,
which in turn tells
no,
me
that's
that
not the
you
truth.
don't
I
you don't
acknowledge
want to
it.
have this flag on
I
you.
acknowledge it. I do not support it. But
How do you not support it if you give money to it?
because in my head I don't think it's right.
So if in your head you don't support it, but with your actions you support it, does that mean it's different? Like if in my head all of the sudden I think I respect women, as I said, but my actions say otherwise, what matters more, what's in my head or what my actions do?
I mean, what your actions do, but I think it's not comparable.
So if in your head you say you don't support animal cruelty, yet in your head you go to the supermarket and buy an animal product, which inherently means being cruel to an animal, you don't have to trust me on this, you can look it up. But if it means being cruel to an animal, would you agree that then you support animal cruelty?
Again, it depends on where you buy it. But I don't think we're gonna get any further in the discussion because
It's
you have your opinion. And
it's
I
not my
have mine.
opinion. No, I urge you. I'll give you my card. I urge you to look back on the conversation and see that you were highly illogical and see where your flaw, where the flaw in your statement is. But I also urge you to watch one of the documentaries because if you really truly care about animals, it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of
Yeah,
your
but
time
if
to
I watch
document
all
yourself.
the documentaries in the world and
and
keep
you'll
eating
know.
meat, you say, okay, it's illogical.
No. I'm just saying you say
Right,
you claim you
just
care
say.
about animals. You can take 30 minutes out of your time, watch one of these videos, document yourself what you're paying for, and then decide if you want to be paid for it or not. Of course, I cannot police you. Of course, I cannot tell you what to do. But I cannot also let you walk around saying that you care about animals or that you respect animals, while at the same time you pay for them to be exploited and slaughtered, because you don't. You don't respect them when you do that. I'm sorry. I know you'll want to believe that about yourself, but the sad reality is that if you are doing this, then you are not respecting them. And I'm just trying to be as honest as I can without you. Even if I'm hurting your feelings right now, that's not my intent, okay?
I mean, you're not hurting my feelings. I don't even know you, but I think we just differ on the opinion. But
It's
I have
not
to
an
say,
opinion. Not an opinion. I have to correct it because this isn't my opinion. This is not, animals are exploited and slaughtered in animal agriculture. This isn't an opinion. This is,
no, I mean the part of the opinion where I'm inherently unethical.
I didn't
or
say
any
you're
person.
inherently
It doesn't.
unethical.
It doesn't. It's not about me. It's about anybody.
Look, I'll
That
tell
is
you
your
three
opinion.
statements, okay? No, it's not my opinion. Look,
Yeah, but
if
it
somebody
is your
if
opinion.
somebody if somebody pays for an animal to be brought to life only to be killed, is that cruel?
I mean, as you said, it depends. But you already asked it me.
What do you
a
think
couple
about this?
times.
Is it cruel to bring somebody to life only to kill them?
For animals?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe no, because some people,
So it's not cruel to bring to life an animal only to kill them.
it's not so black and white. It's not an easy question that you can say yes or no to.
All of the sudden it's not black and white. What if I test on the animal and then kill them?
No, but that's not what I mean. It's about the way that you say, okay, you kill them just to eat them, and that is it.
Listen,
Which-
if you're trying right now to prove me wrong, you're not gonna get there
But I'm not,
because you're
I'm not
already
trying to
got to
prove
the
you wrong. I
conversation.
mean, I respect your opinion, and I think it's really good what you're doing. It's just, no need to grill me about it.
I think there is a lot of need because you seem like a smart person and you seem to be making the dumbest choice ever. And I'm sorry to say that, but you seem like a smart person who's like, you seem like a progressive person. You seem like a person who understands the rights of individuals and why each individual's right matter. But all of a sudden, when it comes to animal, you duck down and you say maybe it's done in a nice way. I'm just saying, look into it and maybe make the right choice, okay? Because you seem like a smart individual, okay?
I'll check out your card.
Okay,
but
I appreciate
have a good
you.
day, my man.
Have a good
luck.
one. I wasn't gonna let him get away with that one. Hello everyone, hello. We are holding people accountable. We're not letting them go. This isn't my opinion. Disgusting hypocrisy. It's not, yeah, well, he was hypocritical, but I think he just got really defensive when I pressured him on it. But you know what? Maybe he'll look into it. Maybe he'll understand it. I'm not here to call him names or something. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to say is, yeah, keep planting vegan seeds, says Paulette. Oh my God, thank you so much, Paulette, for the donation. I will keep planting seeds. I will keep working on it. You are on fire! Yeah! I've been working on my character to open up the streams in a specific way. I've been wanting to be a little bit cheeky as I open the streams and talk about this topic that we've been hearing so much lately about this so-called vegan who all of a sudden after 15 years of being vegan is no longer vegan. And I know I reacted to his whole thing on Vegan Postmortem's channel, but I gotta tell you, it's kind of fucked up that such a person would claim to be vegan in the first place and then make a video about it, about how they're no longer vegan, which yet again, it's very, very fucked up. Like it's the sheer fact that he put his own interest in saying, well, I want to feel good about my choices and therefore I'll make this video above the animals' lives is already messed up, because, you know, he could have thought all that and still not make a video about it. It's just ridiculous that he did make a video about it. And in case people who are here and don't really know what I'm talking about, there is this person who actually made a documentary called Seaspiracy, who claimed... Hi.
What kind of social experiment is that?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
You wanna try it?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay, hello.
What's your name? Can you come a little bit closer so that you
Yeah.
there. What's your name?
My name is Natalia.
Natalia. Hi, I'm Chip. Where are you from?
Originally from Poland. I live in Germany and I have traveled right now with my mother and my aunt, my cousin
Love it.
to Amsterdam, yeah.
I'm Chip. I'm from Romania. I live in the Netherlands. So there you
So
go.
basically just like me.
Just like you, yeah. When somebody asks me where I'm from, I get confused because I don't know how to answer.
I
get
feel that sometimes too, yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about animals in general?
Animals in general, wonderful creatures. They
Wonderful
bring so
creatures.
much joy in our life as humans.
Do you think that they deserve moral consideration? And by that I mean that if our actions are impacting them, then we should consider their well-being.
Yes. I mean, animals are just like us humans living on this planet, and the way people sometimes think they're superior over animals because we have much more capability of like thinking and intelligence overall. It's really sad actually because, for example, pigeons are, I think, a really good example because they live just like us in the cities. And the thing is, people are like, how should I say it? That pigeons are evil, like the rats of the sky, but
They're not.
they're not. No, they're just living like us here and just living their own life like we do.
I appreciate that you are courageous enough to stand up against what people are saying about some of these animals. And now let me ask you this. Here comes the hard part. What
Yes.
about other animals, cows, chickens, and pigs?
Yes,
Are you
also.
brave enough to stand up against their injustice?
I mean, I lived on a farm.
Yeah.
I lived like for 3 years on a farm with my grandmother, and I know how she treats her cows and how she treated the pigs and everything. And seeing pictures like in really, really huge animal farms that are keeping animals in really small cages and small spaces, it's sad because they also deserve to live a good life just like us humans. And I mean,
Should we kill animals?
if you are like really cautious that the meat on your plate is an animal and you yourself, you're like, you know, it's an animal that has been killed and you're capable of killing an animal, then okay, you can eat the meat or at least be like grateful for the meat that is placed on your plate because it's an animal that cost its life.
Well,
You know?
but I'm failing to understand this argument. So what you're saying is that if you could kill an animal, killing
Yes.
them is moral?
I mean, killing is never moral.
There you go.
Killing is never moral.
Especially since we don't need to do it.
We don't need to.
Yeah, because we can thrive on plant-based diets, right?
Yeah, we can both too. I have to go because we have a reservation at the museum.
Sure. How many more animals are going to be killed for you from now on?
I hope not many.
Not many?
Not many, I hope so.
What about that one person, that one animal who didn't want to die, and you said, not many, you're the last one I'm going to kill?
I hope I'm driving a car. I hope I never kill an animal during a car
Intentionally,
accident.
I mean intentionally, sorry. Like, with your choices.
With my own choices, if it's needed, I hope less than 10. I hope.
It's not needed. Listen, I'll give you a card. Watch the Minion, okay? Just scan this
Okay.
QR code and watch the Minion.
Okay, thank
And make
you.
up your mind for yourself, okay?
Okay, thank you very
I
much.
appreciate you. Have
Thank
a
you,
good day.
appreciate you.
And,
Have a nice day, Chip.
Go plant-based until you watch that, okay?
I'm trying my very best. I'm trying my very best to get less and less from
Not
from
less,
meat.
none. They all deserve moral consideration.
Yes.
Okay, just like you do, just like I do,
Yes,
all of us.
exactly.
Okay, have a good one. Somebody made a donation. Sam Smith, who stopped being vegan after 50 years. Would you like me to interview? Would you like me to interview me? I went vegan exactly 9 months before the Berlin Wall fall. Holy crap, that's amazing. No, he wasn't even vegan in the first place. That guy. I don't even know why we're talking about him. Fuck that guy. She seems open-minded. She seemed open-minded. It felt like I hit the wall very fast, though. It felt like the type of person who says they're open-minded but isn't actually that open-minded. I'm sorry. I hate to be that person, but I hope she makes changes. I just felt like I hit a wall, and she was starting to become a little bit defensive. So maybe I need to change my strategy a little bit with all this. James is here. Hello, Mr. James, doing the awesome outreaches yourself. Yeah. So as I was saying, it's definitely been a couple of weeks, and this one thing happened to me. I was gonna say it on Sky Stream last week, but I forgot to do it. It's a pretty weird story. I bought this bidet that you attach to the toilet, and then after you go number one and number two, you can turn the dial and wash your bum and stuff. It's literally called the bum cleaner of all the things. And I had to, like, I couldn't install it easily. I had to draw a drill through two walls. I had to go around this thing. I had to buy all these adapters. It was a whole complicated. It took me like 3 hours to just get the water to put it in it. And then all I had to do is take this thing, put it under the toilet seat, and be done with it. But my toilet is one that is attached to a wall, and I'm like, how the hell do I put it? Because like I can't go around it to unscrew the toilet seat. I didn't know how to do it. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, how do I remove the toilet seat? And they're like, oh, let me tell you, you got to find some holes on the side. You got to remove them, unscrew it. There's a screw there. And I followed in each instruction that ChatGPT did to the T. I'm like, okay, I have to unscrew this, put this. I'm like, and as I was unscrewing one of the screws, I tell ChatGPT, listen, it feels like I'm gonna unscrew, like I'm gonna lose the screw if I unscrew it, because it's just so down in the hole. ChatGPT is like, no, you trust me. I have a high confidence that that's not gonna happen. I do it a little bit more. I tell ChatGPT, hey, I'm gonna lose this screw. ChatGPT is like, no. I trust me. It's not gonna happen. I still didn't trust GPT. I'm not crazy enough. So I went on the other side. I started unscrewing, and as I started unscrewing the other side, I noticed that the toilet is slowly moving away from the wall, and I'm like, holy shit, I think I unscrewed the toilet from the wall, and I just press a little bit on it to test, and the toilet just falls down, and the fucking screw went in between the ceramic thing of the toilet, so I could never get it out, and it was just going, so it took me 3 hours to try and install it again. I had to buy a different type of screw, and it was just a horrible experience. And so I've basically been squatting every time I've been going to the toilet this whole past 2 weeks. And yesterday the other screw came, because I had to order them specially from China or something. I don't even know. And took like 2 weeks to come. Yesterday the one came, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna install it perfectly, the screw. I install the temporary screw that I put in, I remove it, and then I want to put this other screw in, and I carefully go in, and after 2 seconds I lose the second screw, and it is both of them are now under that fucking ceramic wall. Oh, I got some donations. Martin, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, Martin. I mean, I appreciate you so much, Martin. You're always here. You make donations, you moderate. I appreciate you so much. Would you like to interview this old school vegan? Sam Smith, I think that would be a cool idea to interview you. That would be really cool. I would like that, yeah. Since you're saying you've been vegan for so long, that's pretty cool. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, so it's been a pretty weird couple of weeks. I've been doing things around my house because of, they all started because I was sick, and I'm like, I have to stay in the house. What am I doing? So I started doing things around my house, and I actually ended up breaking more stuff than fixing them. So now I'm kind of trying to fix them back. It's just a weird story. I'll come let you fix my computer, not my toilet. Louis, that is a good idea. Do not let me fix your toilet. I'm just gonna break it again. But the funny thing is that, the first time I made this mistake, I called a friend and he was like, I called him like, uh, I don't normally call anybody, and I start calling him and he was eating. I'm like, he responds to the phone and like, hey, how are you? I was like, hi, I'm eating. What's up? And I say like, hey, I accidentally dismantled the toilet. I think I used this lingo, and it's just, he's like, what? What happened? I just accidentally removed the toilet from the wall. It's like, how does that happen accidentally? And when he came back, I was all like, I was so frustrated because I was still trying to get that screw out. And there was just toilet water in the bathroom. I was all soaked in toilet water. It was just a horrible experience, but it's fun to talk about it now. All animal lovers are vegan, no exceptions. Totally agree with that. I just wanted to tell you a little bit of a story of my life, my ridiculously, I don't know, things like that happen within my life. I have a lot of weird stories like that. You want to try the social experiment? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yes.
It's live YouTube. Live YouTube.
YouTube.
No, I don't speak English.
Don't speak English.
That's okay. How do you feel about animals in general?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Do you think animals deserve moral consideration? And by that I mean that if our actions are impacting them, then we should consider their well-being.
Yeah, we have to consider more for the animals because they are living person, but living animals. So yeah.
Do you think all animals deserve moral consideration or only the ones that we like?
All. Yeah. Yeah. All. All the
Do you think
animals.
cows, chickens, pigs also deserve moral consideration?
What?
Cows, chickens, pigs, do they deserve moral
Yes.
consideration?
Yes.
Do you think that when we're buying an animal product, we are giving them or aren't we giving them moral consideration?
Not. No.
No. No. Do you consume animal products?
Me, no, just a little bit, like once a year, but the rest of the time, no.
So once a year, one animal has to be
Yeah.
exploited and killed for you? Why? What did that animal do to you to deserve that?
Nothing, but the taste is quite good, so I don't I don't bring myself to no no. Je sais pas comment dire ça. En gros, je vais pas me priver quoi. I'm not priving myself that a taste that I know I like, even if this is not good for the chicken.
So-
So we have to.
So what do you think is more important? Your taste pleasure or the chicken's life?
The two,
Say it again.
the both.
Both are
Yeah.
both are more important. Which one is more important?
Because I don't know the chicken, so we really have to go.
Okay.
Have to go.
Well, can I give you a card before you go?
No, it's good. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Stop oppressing animals. They all deserve to live. This girl. How should I contact you, says Sam Smith. Sam Smith, you don't have to make donations. Just drop a comment after the video. Thank you for making the donations, but you don't have to. Marcos, I love you vegan activists. You saved my life and you do it all the time. A human animal, Marcos. Marcos, you are awesome. Man, so many people donated today. Thank you so much, everybody. You can rest assured that this money will be used for this, for what I'm doing now. Just speaking to more people, trying to get more people to go vegan. Man, I really appreciate everybody donating. Oh, wow, that's insane. So, Sam Smith, once the stream is over, either contact me on Instagram. I'm not sure if you know my handle is RealChipGuy. Or once this stream is over, drop a comment, and I'll contact you from there on. But you don't have to make donations to have conversations with me, okay? You don't like. I'm just saying. I noticed you donated like 3 times for this, and you don't need to do all that. I'm even open if you want. I can return some of that money back to you. You don't have to like. We'll discuss it when we meet. Maybe I can send it back to you because I don't want you to keep donating about this. I appreciate it, but I don't want to create an idea that in order to speak to me, you have to donate. That's not true. You can speak to me. I appreciate having conversations with you, regardless whether you support this or not. Vegan Power Lab on Discord. Also, yeah, that's a good one. Vegan Power Lab on Discord. Okay, well, for the next people that are looking for a little bit of a, are in more of an amusement kind of, I don't know, mood, I'm gonna try something else. Let's see. Are plastic shoes better for the environment than leather shoes? Hell yeah, they are. Of course they are. Plastic shoes are monumentally better for the environment than leather shoes, for multiple reasons. But when it comes to water use, eutrophication, and you know, for loss of deforestation, loss of forests, I was gonna say, but deforestation, for sure, plastic shoes better. But it doesn't really matter. You know why? Because we're not here to tell you what is better for the environment. We don't really care what's better for the environment. I mean, we do, but not to the extent of we're going to oppress somebody because it's better for the environment. I don't think that is the morally right thing to do regardless. I think we all deserve to live free of exploitation regardless if it's good for the environment or not for somebody to exploit us. I'm just saying, it's not about that. It's about all of us. Every individual on this planet who is sentient has the right to not be exploited and slaughtered. And given that you don't need to, why would you ever do it? I heard this somebody at some point say here in this chat that they're 80% vegan. I mean, there's no such thing. You can't really be 80%. I'm 80% pro-human rights. 20% of the time I think it's okay to slaughter some humans from time to time. But I'm 80% there. It's just not 20%. You can't really do that, can you? Because veganism isn't a diet or anything. Like, sure, your diet could be 80% plant-based. But veganism is not a diet. It's a moral principle of saying animals are individuals who deserve respect. Therefore, we shall not exploit even one single one because we have the option not to. It's pretty simple. Hey, the new guy. Nice to see you here. Dracolum is here. By the way, Dracolum, shout out to you for every single time being the first to comment on the streams. Shout out to you, Dracolum. And Lewis, always, I appreciate you, Lewis. You always keep trying, and you always end up second place, I guess, and merely seconds away from Dracolum. So I appreciate that also. Oh my God, somebody else donated. Dandelion gum. You can't tell me what to do. Here's money for toilet repairs. Oh, dandelion gum. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I actually will probably help donate. Oh, damn. Wait. As always, I'm wearing a cap. Oh, shit. And you guys are wearing a cap also. There you go. I did not put on sunscreen though, but that's okay. It's okay. We'll survive. Get our vitamin D. We'll look a little bit more shredded that way. Dandelion gum. Oh my God, so many people having. I appreciate you guys. I was thinking of calling an expert to help me with this one. I haven't gotten around to that though. But it's kind of a funny story. It is. Marcos, come on, Marcos, I appreciate. Oh my God, you guys are like, this is insane. Thank you so much. Wait. The donations I make are a way to support what you do since I don't have the means to do it myself. I mean the vegan activism. Marcos, I appreciate you being here because Morty's missing, says Stone. Oh my God, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I mean, I feel bad now because you guys keep donating me. You're making me feel embarrassed. Is that what you guys are looking for? Embarrassing me? In public of all the places. By the way, I'm the only person on this street who's talking to a phone. I think some people are looking and like, what the hell is that guy doing talking to a phone? But yeah. Damn, you're jacked. Another motivation to become fully vegan. Yeah, man. Look at this. I've actually been, in the past week, I've also been bulking up a bit. I'll be honest, it hasn't been easy to bulk up. I really don't like eating too much in the middle of the day, and then when I reach the evening, I can't eat that much. So I have to find that perfect balance. There's always enough calories to eat, by the way, so that's not an issue. It's just yesterday I had 5,000 calories, for fuck's sake. I'm like, that's a lot of calories. That's a lot for me to eat. I felt like a barrel at the end of the day. I just felt like just rolling around throughout the house. Brett asks, what is this? Brett, we are sitting here. We are sitting right here in front of this beautiful building. It's called Museumplein. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk to people and hold them accountable. Not really. We're just going to be having conversations with people, trying to see if they respect animals, trying to see how they feel about animals in general. And if they don't actually respect animals, we're going to try to get them to respect animals. Time to renege to that big vegan guy. You don't need 5,000 calories. I know I don't. Yesterday I did because I did a lot of activity. Like, I generally eat 4,000 calories per day myself. But yesterday I did a lot more than other days, so I needed more calories. That's it. Oh my God. Axel, now you. Time to make Chip uncomfortable with donations. FYI, respect is less valuable than principle, Axel. Sure, someone else says it, but I'm taking it. Respect is less valuable than principle. Trying to get to see if I understand that. Thank you, Axel. Respect is less valuable than principle. Does that mean that respect, you can't really... I don't know how that replies, right? Because respect is in regards to somebody else, and principle is in regards to yourself, right? Marcos, if you were a soldier fighting for us, thanks you are not. Should we behind prepare some goods to help you fighting? I mean, Marcos, you've been doing that. Hi. You want to
talk to you?
Yeah. Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You want to come here so that you're in view?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, awesome.
What's your name?
My name's Rhea.
Rhea, I'm Chip. Where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
From Pakistan.
Yeah.
Rhea, are you emotionally ready to talk about the highly dramatic world of cheese?
Oh my god. I don't know. I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's hyperbole when I say it's highly dramatic world of cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you consume cheese?
Yes, I love cheese.
Okay. Do you know how cheese is made?
Like kind of, yeah. Like it's kind of obvious, no.
It's coming from the milk of cows, right? Most of
Well, if it's goat cheese, it's coming from the milk of a goat.
goat,
so,
cows, all the same.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to these animals so that they produce milk?
I don't know.
Why would you produce milk?
Why would you produce milk? To
Yeah.
drink it.
No, like when would you produce milk? Let me ask
Oh,
you.
when would I produce milk if
Yeah.
I was having a child?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So cows are the same, they're mammals.
Yeah.
Sheep, goats, all of them are the same, they're all mammals.
Yeah.
They produce milk after they had babies. Do you think they have babies when they want to, or do you think farmers decide for them?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, take an educated guess.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it depends. Like what kind of animals it is. Like if it's an organic farm, then surely they're getting milk from probably more sustainable ways.
So, does the farmer still decide when to get pregnant, or do you think they get pregnant when they want to?
Probably the farmer, but
Yeah, even on organic farms, right?
yeah, perhaps. Like I don't know.
Yeah. When the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
They also get used for milk.
They also get used to milk. What if they don't produce milk?
I'm not sure.
They get killed.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first thing that happens, do you know what happens to the babies the first time they're born?
No.
They separate them from their mothers.
Wow.
Do you know why?
No.
Because they would drink their milk.
Oh no.
Is this not dramatic?
This is quite dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
I think I'm gonna go now. But
And do you
thank
know when the females are killed?
Have a good day.
Do you know when they're killed?
Have a good day.
After they can no longer impregnate them.
It is quite dramatic.
I'm just trying to get people to go vegan, but I try to do it in a nice way. I'll just give you a card. Can I give you a card to look into it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just watch Dominion, or
Yeah.
the most important speech ever here?
All right.
Just to learn more about this.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with learning about it, okay?
No, that isn't. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. That didn't really work out too well, did it? I tried being in a fun way, saying like, hey, it's dramatic and stuff, but no, I think we need to be serious about this. I think enough is enough. We need to be serious about this. And I'm not just making a stick out of it. It is an actual serious subject. I'm scared to watch Dominion. I get nightmares. But I think Chip has chat replay turned off, so she can't read. I don't have chat replay turned off. At least I don't think so. I started this event on the phone. I can't select that when I started on the phone. But if I start it on the desktop, I always leave chat replay on. Just because plants don't feel pain the same way animals doesn't mean they don't feel pain. It's not about feeling pain. Nobody cares about pain. I don't care. The reason why it's wrong to exploit animals is not because they feel pain. Do you think that if I sedate an animal all of a sudden I can do anything I want to them? No. It's about the subjective experience that they have. It's about the fact that they're subjects of their own universe. The fact that they go around living their life, having experiences that can have both a positive valence and a negative valence. It's called subjective experience of the world. It doesn't really matter if they feel pain or not. What matters is that they suffer, the capability to suffer. Suffering doesn't mean pain. It means negative valence emotion, positive valence emotions. And even if they can't suffer, they still have the experiences. It's like, it's merely about acknowledging that they're individuals and leaving them alone. Just like you are an individual and you wouldn't want somebody to use you for your body, exploit you, slaughter you, and disconsider anything that you yourself regard yourself as an individual. Because a lot of the times, if anybody on this planet would ask you who you are, you would just say, well, I'm, the thoughts that I have, the moral values that I align with. Like when we describe individuality towards ourselves, we don't really talk so much about our bodies. Sure, we talk a little bit, our body is also part of it, but a lot of the times it's merely our likes, our views, our moral choices, all these kind of stuff. That's who we are as individuals. The experiences that we have had throughout our life to build us for who we are as an individual. That's who we are. So an animal is exactly like that. So when we use them, even if you give them a good life, you still exploit and slaughter them. You still use them only for their body, and none of the experiences or who they are matter, actually. Richard Smith, embarrassment regeneration.
Hello.
Is incoming. Hi. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, of course. Hello.
Can you come closer that you're in view? Nice.
Okay, I'm
What's
there.
your name?
Tom.
Nice
to meet you.
I'm
What's your
Chip.
name?
Chip.
Chip.
Where are you from?
France.
France. Okay, Tom. How do you feel about animals?
About animals.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like it because I lived with them a lot, like all of my life. Like I have horses, I have parrot, I have like many animals, like my sister too. So.
Do you think that animals are individuals who want to live, or do you think they're just automatrons, like objects who just go around the world?
This is a big question, but honestly, like because I lived with them, I think they have a kind of spirit. So I guess like we should leave them live their life and just like we shouldn't keep them at home. I guess honestly.
Do you think they have experiences that they can draw positive or negative reactions from them?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, of course.
Much like we do, right? Like
Yeah.
if I ask you what was the most important parts of your life, are you gonna tell me the things that you learned, or are you gonna tell me the experiences that you've had?
I guess. That's a good question. I think the experience, honestly,
Yeah.
because like you're living the experience and you
Exactly.
learn from from those experiences. So yeah.
So much like that, we are very similar to animals in that way, right?
Yeah,
We all
a bit.
experience the world, and we all deserve to live free of exploitation. Do you know what exploitation means?
Exploitation.
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 Yeah, so it means unfair usage. Do
Okay.
you think we are using animals unfairly?
I guess yeah, like because humans are a bit egoist.
Yeah.
And like because we like them, we want to just live with them. So I guess yeah.
That's one part of it, but we're also using them for food, for clothing. Do you think that's unfair?
I guess like humans still animals first, you know.
Yeah.
So this is I think the life, like of course, like because at the beginning I guess humans were eating only vegetables and things like this, but I think this is honestly the life that we are just eating animals right now. So I can understand both ways that you like it, and of course, like the things that you like are really important for you, and I understand the other way to just let them and just save them. So
But
this
do you
is a
think we
big
need?
question.
Do you think we need to use them?
If you use it in the good way, like you are saying that animals have a kind of conscience, have a kind of spirit. So I guess we can use them, but in a good way.
What would be using your body in a good way?
My body
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. Using your flesh, maybe your secretions.
Ah, honestly, like if I'm dead or whatever, I think you can hit me. Yeah, like
If
there
you're
is
dead.
no problem
But would it be okay for somebody to kill you?
to kill me.
Or let me put it this way: would it be okay to somebody to bring you into existence only to use you, and when they can no longer use you, to kill you?
Ah, this is a good question. Like, I guess we are killing each other with wars and things like this. So, if you take
But that's
the
not the
knockback of
same
it,
thing as bringing somebody into
Yeah.
existence only to use them and kill them, huh?
yeah. But humans are egoists. But I think that I trust the humanity, not humans, but the humanity, like the future. If we
Are you
just-
selfish? You
a
say
bit,
humans
a
are
bit,
selfish.
yes,
Yeah.
a bit, yes, of
And
course.
do you think that's a good enough moral justification to take somebody's life? It's a difficult question.
Yeah, it's for this day. I'm thinking a bit. I guess. Honestly, I know that's sad what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but like because people are selfish, the good people which are altruist and whatever, like they are going to be selfish because like we are just. It's so a shame that people are selfish, so we are doing the same if you are altruist, you know. So
Yeah, but like I feel like okay, like let me take it down a little bit. But like, do you think that so you have choices, right?
yeah.
You acknowledge your choices. You acknowledge that every time you buy an animal product, you are inherently being cruel to an animal.
Yeah. Ah,
Are you?
can you repeat the question?
So when you buy an animal product,
Yeah.
are you being cruel to an animal?
A bit, yes, but it's still natural, I guess. Like this is.
It doesn't really matter, natural or not. There's cruelty happening in nature all the times, right? We don't endorse it, right? There's infanticide, there's rape, there's all these things happening in nature. We didn't build our society by
Yeah.
doing things that happen in nature and saying they happen in nature, therefore we should do them too, right?
Like, it's a so difficult question, honestly. Like, I think we need to find a balance between your perspective and my perspective.
Do you
I
think
guess.
this is my perspective?
I don't know. Like, if you are told me those kind of questions, like I think that's your.
No, it's the perspective of the victim, huh?
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird because you
No,
know,
but okay.
the narrative that we've been fed our whole life is that it's okay to do this to these animals or whatever, but I mean, if you were in their shoes, would it be okay for somebody to exploit and kill you? You know, you
Yeah.
experience life. You know
Yeah.
they experience life. You know the most important part for you is the experiences. So it's
Yeah,
for
but
them.
I think that we don't know them so much, honestly. Like we can talk with them. I know we can understand that they are understanding us, but I think we don't have any like so much knowledge about them, you know.
We know that they experience the world.
Yeah, if you like animals.
Doesn't I don't really like animals.
Yeah, but
I
like-
just think they deserve respect.
Like I think that a human who doesn't care about animal, like they have no, they can eat animals like for free, like they don't care.
Yeah, a human who doesn't care about humans should also be able to kill humans and
Yeah,
eat
but
them
like
for free.
with this perspective, I don't care honestly.
Yeah, you don't care about what? About humans or animals?
I like, as I said, I like animals and I like humans.
Which animals do you like? Do you like dogs?
Yeah, I have a dog.
Would you pay for a dog to be exploited, to be brought to life, only to be killed for
Yeah,
optional
but look,
food?
look like you're talking only about food, okay?
It's
But-
one part. It's one big part of it that you're
Yeah,
participating in,
but
where you're
I-
making the choice 3 times a day. It seems like the easiest way where you could spare animals
Yeah.
the cruelty that you are inflicting on them.
Yeah, but I think it's about the country and the society. Like we are not in Europe, we are not eating dogs, for example. Okay.
So what
But-
you're saying is that something becomes moral or immoral depending on the cultural practices of that society.
I think the society and the culture like have a big impact on this. And like for the dog, you know, they are, for example, like a blind guy. Like we are using dogs to help them, and I think that's a good way, honestly, because they are helping each other.
But let me
Like
ask
humans.
you: do you think that female genital mutilation, which
Okay.
where they literally cut off the clitoris of women, it happens in Africa in certain places, that is very much cultural. Is it moral?
I think that we should respect the tradition and the culture.
So you think female genital mutilation should continue? How about
As I
stoning
said-
of gay people,
Yeah,
which
but
happens in certain countries in this
As
world?
I
Do you
said,
think gay
yeah.
people should be stoned?
No. As I said since the beginning, okay? Like I like the
So
tradition.
culture doesn't dictate. Culture, tradition doesn't dictate what
we
is
should
moral or
we
not.
should find a balance.
So what if a balance would be not throwing stones at gay people, but throwing something else, something lighter at them?
Mm.
Is that a balance?
No.
So you see, for the victim, the balance is when you leave the victim alone.
Yeah, I guess because I didn't like I'm not a victim, so I guess like
you are
this is
crea- I
this is
understand.
difficult to be in their perspective, you know.
But you can understand this idea of somebody
Of course.
having power over you and
Yes.
using that power to sexually impregnate. Well, you're not a female, but if you were to sexually impregnate you, to
Yes.
take your babies, to kill you, to kill your babies, and all because you were born a species that they deem as unworthy, like something that you don't even control. Like, is that fair?
Not so much.
No, like that's all I'm saying. Like, and you pay for that 3 times per day.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like sometimes the freedom of someone is hurting the other freedom of someone else because of the conviction and everything.
Unintentionally.
Yeah,
But this is
sometimes
intentional.
because like for example
understand
the
that.
religion, you know, like
But this is intentionally. Again, like this is you can make a different choice.
Yeah,
like
but-
if you walk down the street and you accidentally hit an animal, you accidentally run over an
Yeah.
ant, that does not give you permission to go around hitting animals or running like stepping over ants.
yeah, but like
right.
for example,
There's a difference.
if I hit an animal with my car,
It's accidental, right? It's
Yeah.
different than you taking your car, plowing through the animal intentionally. There's
yeah,
a
but
difference there.
why should I not hit him?
Because they deserve to live just as much as you do.
Yeah, but if he's out dead, I'm a kind of guy who is fatalist, which is fatalist. I guess we need to go. But just to conclude, like I understand what you're saying, but I guess we need to find this balance about the freedom of someone, the culture, the tradition, and the
Balance is stop oppressing animals.
Yeah, but the problem is like, if we are respecting all of each other, we
Yeah.
are not living. Like it
So
will
wait,
be the
wait, wait.
it will be the
But wait,
anarchy.
the people who throw stones at gay people could say the same. I get pleasure from throwing stones at gay people. Well, are you telling me to stop now? That's essentially what you're saying. I'm telling you that if you're getting pleasure from somebody's oppression, you should just stop.
I understand,
Yeah.
but the fact is like, you are taking this example, Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just finishing because I need
Because
to
I
go.
see you, because I think you, because I saw that you care about that, and I think I'm only using this example because you know it's unfair. You know, and I
Yeah,
agree
of
with you.
course,
It's
of course,
unfair to
of
treat
course.
people like that based on something that I don't. Even if it were a choice, it's their choice. Treating them like that, it's wrong.
Yeah.
And animals aren't even in that choice. They're just born in a way that you seem to think because they're born that way, it's okay to exploit and slaughter them. Because you wouldn't do it to a dog, but somehow cows, chickens, and pigs are okay. I'm just saying, like, they all deserve to live just as much as all the other animals. They have subjective experiences just like you do, just like they do.
I guess. Yeah.
I'll just give you a card, okay? Just watch The Minion or The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. Promise me you'll watch one of these two?
What's it?
It's just one documentary. This is a documentary, and this is just a speech. They teach you about animal agriculture just to know what you're paying for. Because, you know, like, you might not be okay with it, and I don't have any financial incentive to give you this. This is all just to get you to educate yourself a bit, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Promise me you'll watch one of those?
You are talking about money.
Yeah, one of
But
these
you
two.
know, I'm a student. Okay, and
No,
I'm not
it's
living.
not. There's no money. It's free.
Ah,
I
okay.
just want you to
I
watch
don't
them.
understand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I will watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
No,
I
no, no,
promise.
no money. I don't want any.
Okay,
I don't
I
want your money.
promise.
I want you to
But
not oppress animals.
I just want
That's
to
it.
say at the
Okay?
end, like you are doing your own things and you
Yeah.
are protecting our thinking, I guess, because you will not do it.
That's what I'm trying.
So this is so respectful,
Thank
and
you,
I
but-
hope that the world will go to a good way.
You can
and that
do
we,
it
we
today,
will,
okay?
we will find the good way to.
You can do it today. No excuses. I know there's excuses. I know other people
as I
are
said,
doing.
I trust humanity, not humans. If people are doing it as me, I
It's
will do
gonna
it.
end. Ask yourself which part of the history you want to be. Do you want to be on the violent side or the non-violent side?
The life will say it, I guess.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Cheers. Excusitarian. Excusitarian. Coming up with excuses. Yeah, he did not like that example. Seriously, Greenland is the least habitable landmass where there is human civilization, has vegans. There is no more excuses, says Axel Bertil Dahlstrom. Very well said, Axel. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? That we come up with these excuses that it's difficult, that others have to do it. Oh, I don't want to be the one to do it. Others should do it first. Mr. Black says, Chip, I'll be on the winning side of history. Well, that essentially means you will be vegan if that you'll be on the winning side, because that is the winning side. Be on the right side. Decidedly Donna is here, amazing. We get to see the awesome Decidedly Donna here. Be on the right side of history. Be vegan. Hey, thank you, Donna. You're awesome. Your videos are so cool. I like them always, and I like that. I'm guessing you target them a little bit more at kids, which is very nice. Because yeah, we need more of that. We need, you see, as you can see, a lot of the people I discuss with, most of the time the issue is the sheer programming that they've just been given. The fact that they can't actually think logically or outside of their own programming. They just literally go by how they've been taught once, and that's it. It's infringed in them. And the fact that these people, a lot of the times they claim moral superiority is what really ticks me. It's what really annoys me. To claim moral superiority, to claim intellectual superiority when you yourself have been taught one thing and can't possibly seem to challenge yourself enough to understand the other perspective. Hey, don't claim intellectual superiority to animals. You are essentially acting exactly like an animal when you're doing that. Because we train animals and they do what we train them to do. They can learn. Somebody trained you to think it's okay to exploit and slaughter animals, and all of a sudden when I come here trying to get you to ration, trying to get you to think a little bit outside of your box, come up with excuses. No. No. Ironically, you are again proving my point. Let me drink some water. I feel dehydrated. Mark J. While the slaughter of animals continues, humanity is not civilized. Kindness and empathy are the right side. 100%, Mark J. 100%. Hey, everybody. Like, I can read your comments without having to make donations, by the way. Thank you so much for them. But next person is vegan, hopefully. see. Let's see. Ah, okay, people watching me, please tell me what exactly is stopping you from not being oppressors. Narcissists love to make self-righteousness with morality. Love to mistake self-righteousness with morality. I don't know what that means, but the fact is pretty simple. You make choices, you can choose something else. Your choice to exploit and slaughter somebody cannot possibly be moral the minute you start accounting for the victims. And you should be accounting for the victims if you consider yourself a person who gives the bare minimum respect to animals. And if you don't give the bare minimum respect to animals, then do you not respect humans? If you do respect humans, then there's already a moral inconsistency over there, because there's no morally significant difference between human beings and animals that justifies the difference in treatment or the difference in respect. You want to try a social experiment? Somebody said slippery slope fallacy. Nah, I don't think you know what the slippery slope fallacy is. I never mentioned, I never even made an argument that would even closely resemble slippery slope fallacy. The slippery slope fallacy is when you essentially are saying that it's a slippery slope to something and it actually isn't. I never made that claim, brother. I made the simple claim that you can choose to not oppress animals, and every time you do choose to oppress an innocent animal, well, you are going against the values of yourself most of the time, because if you think you respect animals, then oppressing them surely cannot possibly be part of that respect. Please, so you're gonna cage up forest friends? Oh. Oh, look at that. Look. Kajto. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. It seems like you want to debate me, man. It seems like you think you can easily destroy my argument. So, contact me. I'm Vegan Power Lab on Discord, or I'm Real Chip Guy on Instagram. Contact me and let's debate. It seems like you have arguments on your side, or so you think. So then you should have no problem destroying my arguments, right? So just let's debate. Let's schedule a debate. So far, everybody who says, yeah, let's schedule a debate, by the way, just to put you into perspective, so far, everybody who says they're going to debate me, everybody eventually cowards out. They are like, nope. They just either go incognito, no longer respond, no longer come on the channel, whatever. They just get too afraid to ever debate me. So, yeah. Oh, debates are for children with no lives and no responsibilities beyond their narcissistic moral policing. Oh, I take it you're an animal abuser, Mr. Cacho. Oh, and a pretty upset one, huh? Debates are juvenile. Juvenile? Wait a minute. You were just correcting me just now, saying I'm making logical fallacies, and now you're saying debates are juvenile. Ah. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's okay.
Can you come here so that you're in view? What's your name?
Hey, Johannes.
Johannes. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Yeah, from Germany.
Germany. Okay, Johannes. I'm here to discuss animal ethics. How do you feel about animals in general?
Yeah, my English isn't very well. I will try. You asked me how I feel to animals.
Yeah.
I think animals are beautiful, are sweet. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Do you think they deserve moral consideration? And by that I mean that if something we're doing is impacting them, then we should consider their well-being?
Okay, I think my English isn't.
Let me ask you, how do you see animals? Do you see them as individuals, or do you see them as objects?
Oh, I think it's we have to it could what kind of animal? Nah, I think a dog or it's a little bit other
Tell me about the dog, yeah.
a dog, yeah. Okay, I think a dog is an individual.
Is it an individual?
Yeah, yeah.
What makes
He-
a dog an individual?
Yeah, if you have a dog, nah, he seems you like your boss or maybe you're like your brother or like a Rudel. Yeah, but if a cow or like a crocodile, I think they don't think so.
So
Yeah.
wait, a dog is an individual only if they have a relationship with a human being.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not an individual.
Yeah, yeah. I think only of the relationship to a person. Yeah.
Why? How is that logical?
That's the feeling inside me.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
So what if I told you that you're only an individual if you have a relationship with me? And right now you don't have a relationship with me, therefore you're not an individual. Is that fair towards you?
Yeah, but we're from the same spit.
So what?
You
Doesn't
both
even
humans, so
doesn't
that's-
really matter.
that's-
I just draw the line arbitrarily. I say German people are not
Yeah.
individuals unless they have a relationship with me. It's
Yeah.
arbitrary, right? We're the same species, we're not from the same country, so it's just as arbitrary.
Yeah, okay. I don't think so. I think the all humans are specific because they're the same. Yeah, it's because all humans, yeah? And the dogs.
So all humans are individuals because they're humans?
Yeah, yeah, because they
That's
have.
not true.
Yeah, I think so.
So a dead human being is an individual?
Yeah,
A dead human being is an individual?
it could be. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What exactly makes them an individual?
Yeah, the story behind the human.
Hmm?
The story behind that human.
Okay, okay. So I just felt so. Okay, so if a person starts having transplants and all of a sudden they start these mechanical transplants, are they still an individual? They no longer have human flesh on their body.
That's a good question. Yeah. I think. It's a good question.
Do you know what sentience is?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
sentience-
Like a human newt.
So sentience means the capability to have a subjective experience of the world. It means that you go through world, you have experiences, both positive and negative.
Yeah.
You have that, right?
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah.
Do you think dogs have that?
Yeah.
Do you think cows have that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes us individuals. The fact that they have experiences of the world.
Yeah.
It's called sentience, and they have that.
I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The question is it experience he made and he can remember,
Yeah.
or like a insect or like
remember-
something a
no,
spider
remem-
or so. You think he don't?
I don't think the
remember.
fact that you can remember the experiences matters or not, because there's human beings on this planet who cannot remember experiences.
Yeah.
Yet we still consider them individuals, and we still think of them experiencing the world similar to how we do. The fact that they remember it or not doesn't really matter. But either way, they do remember. Yes, dogs remember experiences, cows remember experiences. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you wouldn't pay for a dog to be chopped up into pieces. I'm sorry. Wait. Fucking wind. Give me 1 second.
What's the reason of your social project?
I'm trying to get people to respect animals.
Ah, okay. All kind of animals, or
Well, all animals deserve respect, don't they?
okay. I think if an animal hurts you, you lost the respect of the kind of the animal.
If an animal what?
Hurts you.
Loves you?
Hurts. Like you feel pain because he bite you, or he.
Oh.
Like I don't know the word for. It's flies and then it.
Hold this for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're there. What the fuck happened here? Yes, it's okay. Oh, I fucking hate the wind. Can you guys hear me okay? What the hell happened there? Yeah, so, put this also. Oh, fuck it, I'll put it afterwards. Can you come closer to the view? Yeah, nice. So, uh, okay, so where were we? So, cows have the same experience. Would you put a dog into a slaughterhouse? Would you have a dog be chopped into pieces and used as food?
No, because I don't want to eat the dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be okay if somebody would want to chop dogs into pieces and eat them?
If he needs to,
Not out of need, the same reason, out of optional products, out of because they like the taste of their flesh.
yeah, okay, I said no,
No.
no.
No. So then, why wouldn't you extend the same respect to cows?
I think, yeah, okay. uh, yeah, okay. I think, I want to eat a cow, or I want to his leather or something else, and that's that's why I lost all respect for the cow. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that fair towards the cow?
Uh, no, I think so. But if you don't have a relationship to this animal, I think it's easier to
For sure.
to
Yeah.
feel
Disconnected.
Disconnected,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but it doesn't make it fair, does it? It doesn't.
no, it doesn't make it fair. But what's fair in this world?
Do you want to be a fair person?
What's kind of fair? Yeah? If you're making
I don't
one
know. Are you a
thing-
violent person? Let me ask you this.
violent? What means
Violent. Like, do you hit people? Do you support violence?
Yeah, not directly, but if I get hit, I will hit back. No, that's
No, let's say innocent people, not people who attack you or something.
oh yeah, okay, no,
No.
yeah, no.
No, exactly. So, if you're not a violent person, wouldn't you say that paying for violence towards animals goes directly against your own values?
Yeah, but if you're going back to the cow, I think most of the people we need, or we think we need, maybe to eat or for something else, if we don't do that, I think they couldn't get alive in the wild. You know what I mean?
That's
in
okay.
In nature, so I think it's if we eat the cow and we grow up new cows, we make the cow for the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like these animals are brought into existence. They're bred specifically to be killed, to be exploited and killed. Is that really nice towards them? Is that fair towards them?
I
If
think-
somebody brings you into existence only to use you
Yeah,
and kill you?
I think it's okay if their life is going a time before. You know what I mean? So if maybe a cow lives for 15 years in the nature and then would die. So I think-
25 years lives a cow in
okay,
nature.
Okay, 25 years. So and it's like okay, in 20 years you can kill him. So that's okay for me. So it's
kinda
it's
weird,
only
but-
the life the last 5 years. I think it's the same for human old people. Nah?
Do you know what age their cows are killed at?
Yeah, they are less. Also they're between 1 and 5 years. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's not according to your values, is it?
No, yeah, but yeah,
But you support it,
yeah, I know, yeah, yeah.
and you can stop.
No, I can't stop.
You can't stop?
No.
You can't stop supporting it? Are you?
No.
Do you have to give money to animal agriculture? Do you
Yeah.
have to give money to violence towards
Yeah.
animals?
Yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
Yeah, because in Germany I have my family and my friends are living from the money to make this.
Also,
You-
they're the
yeah.
ones oppressing animals.
You know, they need it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But you don't have to support it yourself, do you?
Yeah, okay, they can change their jobs, but if you learn your job for 3, 4, 5 years,
But that's not
I
your
think
job,
it's-
is it?
No, it's not my job, but these are my friends. Yeah? And I,
So if your friends were slave traders, would you support their job? Would you pay for them to have slaves?
I think
To trade slaves?
if you get a friend and the friend if becomes in the future became a slave
Trader?
trader, I think it would not be okay for me, but I think it's easier to understand because I
Yeah, but like logically, you understand the perspective right now. It doesn't really matter that you didn't understand before. Like I don't care um, that you did this in the past, right? Like it's about going further in the future. If in the future you continue participating it, you're in the future you're doing exactly like you're saying now. Your friend all of a sudden started doing slave trade, and you're supporting it.
yeah.
Like it's literally it's animal slavery. It's animal exploitation. It's slaughter. It's horrible. Can you say that you respect animals by paying for them to be in these processes?
Yeah, okay, I think okay, not 100%, but maybe 80% or something else. Uh, uh,
I mean,
I
will you
think-
think the animals that get exploited and slaughtered for you would feel respected in any
yeah,
way?
but if we say okay, the stronger animal kills the less the weaker animal. No?
Is that the moral
So-
that you live by?
Yeah, I think that is in the world of the animals and in the nature is it.
So if somebody's stronger than you, them killing you would be okay by your book.
Yeah, but I think you have to think about there's another man who can get stronger than him. So, and then he says, oh, okay,
Why? Well, by your own logic, by your own values, somebody would be acting morally if they choose to take your life just because they have power over you. So they would actually be doing you a favor because they would be acting according to your own values morally. So I don't think you believe this. I think it's just something that you use it as a justification for us doing that to them. But is it really a good justification? We have power over them. It happens in nature, therefore we should be able to do it too.
yeah, okay, I think we are in the yeah. I think today we have 100 opportunities. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Never change a running system. No? So
Yeah.
that's the easiest way for
yeah.
us.
But you know, the system only changes if people stop paying the system to continue.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And right now you're working against the animal's life. You're paying for them to be exploited and slaughtered, and you don't need any of it. Like all those products, you don't need them. You just like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you can always choose to not support it. I'm not telling you sit on the street and talk to people. That would be cool, but just don't support it. Just do the bare minimum and don't pay for them to be exploited and slaughtered.
Yeah, I think I can't completely finish.
No.
No.
Why?
No, I think it's a level of comfort, and this level of comfort will not change.
So your comfort matters more than the hundreds of lives that you're going to be exploiting and killing?
I think, yeah, because if we're going to the future, yeah, a cow can't change like climate changing or like everything else who will come down to the earth and destroy the whole earth we have here. Yeah? So, and we are, as a human, we can change it. Okay, we need some, or we take some products of the animals or something else to get to make it easier for us to save the whole world. Yeah. So, and I think that's okay. It's okay. Like you make medical stuff.
So how many more animals should be exploited and slaughtered for you?
But please repeat.
How many more animals should be exploited and slaughtered for you?
Don't know.
How many individuals should lose their life? How many individuals should be brought into existence for your comfort?
You're right.
Only to be exploited and killed. It's an
Yeah,
uncomfortable question because that's
yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not here to sugarcoat it. The animal agriculture will tell you all the shit that you want to hear and sugarcoat it all the way so that you give them money. I don't want your money. I just want you to know the truth. And the truth is that the minute you buy an animal product, an animal, an individual, is oppressed on your behalf. And you can choose. You can always choose different.
Yeah, but if an animal yeah, if you don't yeah, don't know how to say. Um,
I'll just give you a card. Can I give you a card and then you look into it? Is that okay?
yeah, okay, yeah,
Just watch the minion. That's just the first thing here, okay?
yeah, yeah,
That's it. And then you have my YouTube channel if you want to watch the conversation back, okay?
yeah, okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Promise me you'll watch the minion?
Yeah.
I just want you to get informed. That's it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
You just gotta scan that QR code. It's free. None of it
Yeah.
is.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate it. Okay?
Have a nice day.
Have a good one.
Short question.
Yeah.
Do you eat meat or something else?
No.
No? You are like vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's easy. It's honestly like I don't know why people are complaining so much. It just takes a little bit of it takes 1 month of transition maybe,
Yeah.
but then it's exactly the same. It's the same thing. And you live in Germany. You have so many options.
Yeah, yes, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
And do you need medical stuff or something else?
No, I was taking B12 vitamins before going
Yeah.
vegan because I had a deficiency even with animal products.
Yeah.
So that's what I take, B12.
Okay.
But everything else, no. You can take a multivitamin if you want to be 100% certain. But you have also all the resources required to help
Yeah.
you there. But I feel like it's not that difficult if you live like where from in Germany, by the way?
Of the south of Germany.
South of Germany.
Yeah,
Like-
next to the Bodensee, the Lake of Constance.
Yeah. So if you have access to a supermarket, I'm sure you have enough options available.
Yeah, yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So you can always make different choices. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I think you get under
It's-
run
it-
of the social.
it's not easy, of course,
No,
to,
it's not
to,
easy.
To challenge this because it's something you've been taught your whole life.
Yeah.
But you'll see that once you challenge it and once you acknowledge what it is, you make the right choices, and then it's just so much better because you realize you're on the right side of history. Like, just because everybody's on the wrong side of it doesn't mean you have to be on that side.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Watch that video, okay? The
Yeah,
minute.
okay.
I appreciate it. Have a good one. Okay, everyone. Let me put this back. My tripod is now a bit broken. I hope not. Damn. This fall broke my tripod. God damn it. This is the fourth tripod. Oh. The fourth tripod. The fourth. I have a tripod cemetery at home. I'll try to fix it when I get home. But the one important part just keeps moving around. Maybe I can glue it or something. I don't know. Let's see. Just fell all the way down. Very annoying. Okay. Let's see what happens next. So it's very shitty weather because it's both windy and sunny at the same time. So I have to put in something to shield the phone, and I have to because I put something to shield the phone, that also the wind blows in it and it creates more power to it. We'll see. Huh. But luckily everybody has made so many donations today that if the tripod is broken, I'll just buy another one. I think it's roughly that price. Anyway, so it's just annoying. I'm done. Sorry. It's just one of those days. Come on, I'll have one more conversation and then I'll go. Always hang weight. I have hang weight. I do. It's funny because I do. Okay. You know what? I'll just leave you like this. I won't put the jacket anymore. I think I'll just use some, like look at this. I'm just touching the tripod. You see? I'm just touching it and it goes berserk. Okay, let's have one more conversation and then I'm gonna go. Or at least wait another 10 minutes and then we'll see what happens. I'll try to fix it. I appreciate everybody for helping out today. It actually coincidentally might actually help out a lot. Sorry everybody. I'll try to fix it, and if not, I'll buy another. I hate buying shit. I just hate this consumerism. It annoys me so much. But you know what? We got ourselves, as I said, a couple more minutes, like 10 minutes. Let's do the vegan sign, huh? Let's hold the vegan sign today. Let's challenge some conceptions. Hey everyone, I hope you're joining. Oh my god, a bit low energy now that the tripod is broken. Oh, I hope not. You guys agree with the sign? It says if you're not vegan, you're supporting needless animal exploitation. It is logically true. What does that one say, Chip? It says, if you're not vegan, you're supporting needless animal exploitation. Change my mind. It is 100% true, based on the sheer definition of veganism, right? Where do you get vegan clothes? Asked Nina Blue. Just online. That's where I buy clothes, when I buy clothes, but I don't really buy clothes anymore. You mean like pants or what kind of clothes? Because if you just get a t-shirt, I just get like cotton t-shirts, but I haven't bought any clothes in, I think it's been at least 5 years. Solely because I don't need to. Do you agree with the sign? Do you agree with the sign? Do you agree with the sign? You agree? Are you vegan? So you're supporting needless animal exploitation? Let me give you a card. Maybe it will help you out. You don't need to support it.
I know.
Watch the minion. You have resources there also, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. You don't need to do it, okay? Bye. Okay. Okay, 10 more minutes, everyone. Actually, you know what? A lot of people are actually coming. I thought not enough people were coming, but a lot of people are coming. So I'm actually going to hold the right sign and see maybe we get an actual conversation. Pia is here. Hello, Pia. Nice to see you here. And I hope everybody, the phone doesn't heat up because there's no cap on you guys anymore. Because if I put the cap on, it just knocks the tripod down. Oh, let's see, somebody's coming. Hi. I just ask people some questions, so a bit of harder questions. Are you okay? Do you want to try it?
What are harder? What are considered harder questions?
Well, that gets you to think a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
No.
No? You can be off camera if you want.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I just need you to come a little bit more closer. You won't be in view. I respect your...
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
Melle.
Mela?
Melle.
Mele.
Yeah.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you. I'm from Lithuania.
From Lithuania.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, I've heard good things about Lithuania. I'm from Romania originally, but I live here. So, do you live
It's
here
a nice
also?
country. Now here.
No, yeah, okay, love it. So, Mela, how do you feel about animals? Do you think animals deserve respect?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Do you think that all animals deserve respect or only the ones that we like or love?
Of course, all animals deserve respect.
All
Yes.
animals deserve respect. Okay. Do you think that behind certain products there is inherent lack of respect for animals?
Definitely. 100%.
What kind of products are those?
Oh man, almost everything that we use, basically everything that's being tested on animals.
Exactly. Testing on animals is one thing. Why is testing on animals wrong?
It's treating animals like objects.
It's treating animals like
Objects.
objects,
Which
and
they
that's wrong.
should not be. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. How about the animals that we use for food, for clothing? Do you think those animals are treated like objects?
Yeah, they are.
They
Sadly,
are.
they are. But I mean, it depends, you know. I think in older cultures, when you look at them, they had certain rituals
Yeah.
that were meant to respect the animals, and all of the animal was basically being used in the way that humans could. It's up to a certain point, it's natural for humans.
But
to,
we reached. Do you think nowadays? Because I think we reached the point where you don't need to do it, do we?
So many things are fucked up nowadays.
Yeah, but do you like? I agree that there's fucked up things in the world, but you yourself would never support the fucked up things if you had the option to not to, right?
I had the option not to, you know.
Exactly. So when it comes to animal products, you have the option not to pay for them, right?
Up to an extent, yeah, I also can argue with you on this one, because I think when you're buying a new product, sure. When you're buying a used product, it's a bit different,
I
no?
merely mean when I say animal products, by the way, I mean food, clothing. These are the choices that we make often.
Yeah.
And like, for example, for food, we make this choice 3 times a day. And 3 times per day, we are faced
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
option between oppressing an animal or not oppressing
Yeah,
an
yeah.
animal, right? And when we buy an animal product, we are essentially oppressing an animal, right?
Are you a vegan?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get more people to go vegan
Uh-huh.
because, you know, it's not for me. It's not because I particularly want more people to go vegan. I don't really care how people call themselves. I just don't want animals to be oppressed anymore. You know, it's about
I know
them.
what you mean.
I
I
know
know
what
what
I
you
mean.
mean. But I'm probably not the kind of person you would like to talk and change their opinion because, no.
Why? Do you consider yourself an animal oppressor?
No, I consider. No, I am an animal oppressor. Yeah, of course I am. You too are, even if you are a vegan. There is basically
Not by
really a way,
intention, right?
Not by intention, of course. But
Yeah.
there's basically no way of escaping this now.
Well, there is by intention, right? Like even in those ways when I understand what you're meant. By the way, oppression. I wouldn't necessarily call oppression in those other situations. You can't cause harm to other animals simply by existing, and you're right. But in those situations, you aren't oppressing them. You aren't being unjust towards them. Like let's say you are killing an animal because they're infringing on your farm or something, right? Like your veggie farm. You're killing them because they're eating your lettuce or whatever. I mean, you're doing it to protect your food. It essentially is. You're trying not to kill them. You're trying to shoo them away. But if there's no way for you to protect your food other than killing them, you're not acting unfairly. You're literally protecting your food. But to bring an animal into existence only to use them and then kill them, there's no way that could ever be fair, could it?
That is true. Yes.
Right. So there's a difference between harm that
But
happens in the world
then-
and this type of exploitation and slaughter that we're causing in animal agriculture that we're using now.
Yes, basically animal power at a food, animal factories.
Yeah, and not just all types, like but not just factory farms, small farms do the same thing. Like they literally treat animals like objects. They use them for their body, not their
But-
individuality.
There is a thing that humans, we are naturally omnivore. No, not
Omnivores, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
That you eat
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
We can eat everything. Doesn't mean we should.
Doesn't mean we should. Doesn't mean we have to. But we can, and we have evolved this way. And up to a certain point, it is also natural, I think, for humans to consume animals.
But war is natural. Violence is natural. We've evolved by committing violence, wars, and doing.
Oh, war is natural. That like.
I mean, if you consider the fact that we did it so much, it is pretty in our nature to commit war. Doesn't mean we should do it. I'm just saying, like, the fact that it's part of nature doesn't mean it's moral in any way. Like, infanticide happens in nature, rape happens in
okay, yeah,
nature.
that's a point.
All these things happen in nature consistently, and we as a society say, we don't say, oh, let's rape somebody because it happens in nature. We say, no, it's wrong to do it. So why is it that when it comes to eating animals, knowing that we don't need to, we use nature as a justification? We shouldn't, right?
I began spacing out. I'm sorry, I don't eat meat, so.
Yeah, but like, do you consume dairy products?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you know what happens to dairy cows?
Oh yeah, I do. Sadly, I do.
Yeah, like how they're forcefully inseminated, how their babies are stolen from them,
And-
how they're killed.
I know. Thank you. I have
Do you know
enough-
when dairy cows are killed? A lot of people don't know that.
When?
When they're killed, yeah.
I assume very young.
No, I don't mean necessarily the age. What happens? What makes the farmer say you have to be killed now?
They stop giving milk. I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so they only produce milk if they're pregnant. So
Oh yeah, they
the
keep
minute
them impregnated all the time, and they take away their calves, and they kill them, and they don't give a shit about
yeah,
them. Yeah.
the minute
Go
they
on.
can no longer get them pregnant, they kill them.
Yeah, thank you. I am out of patience.
You're out of patience.
Yes.
Do you want to respect animals?
I think I do.
I mean, do you, for those cows, do you think they're respected? Honestly, you
I-
can always make a different choice. You always.
I'm making already a different choice as much as I can. Thank you.
I don't think you are. You don't have to choose any dairy product whatsoever. Can I give you a card at least to look into it?
No.
But no?
Thank you.
So you're gonna continue oppressing animals?
And you too.
Well, no. I'm not oppressing animals.
You look the same. Nice.
You guys wanna have a conversation with me?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. Yeah.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay. Hello, YouTube.
You have to come here though, so that you two twins, huh?
Yes.
How old are you guys? By the way?
38, soon to be 39.
Yeah,
That's
38.
cool. That's cool. So I'm discussing animal ethics. I'm not sure how much you have heard from this from
Yeah.
the previous conversation.
Yeah.
Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
Yes.
And that means if our actions impacting them, then we should consider their well-being.
Yes.
Yes,
I must say I am someone who will not cease to eat flesh, but I must say we need to choose farmers who treat their animals better. And
Why?
be-
At the end of the day, they kill them at a fraction of their lifespan, and they bring them to life only to use them as objects and kill them. Why all of a sudden it makes it okay if you treat them nice for a quarter of lifespan that they get?
because it's also a part of life. Life feeds on life. Because if we die, even plants eat us.
So would that be enough moral justification for me to start going around killing dogs? It's part of life after all, as you say it, right?
There are cultures that eat dogs.
But
so
would it be okay for you if right now I take a knife and I start killing that pigeon,
No, because-
shoving some knife in some dogs and stuff like that, and then I tell you, relax, it happens in nature.
The problem is there are people who are obliged to kill pigeons or wandering dogs
It's a
in order to survive.
But you're
so
not-
ethically, I can argue with that. I can't argue with that.
When there's obligation involved, it's a different concern, right? But
Yeah.
you're not obliged to consume animal
Yeah,
products.
that's
Yes.
why I'm flexitarian. I do not eat flesh every day, but for example, once a week, yes. But
But
the
once
other
a
days,
week,
once
that
a week.
animal that get exploited and slaughtered for you, do you think they didn't deserve moral consideration?
You know,
It's a complex
it's a
subject.
complex
Well,
subject.
in fact, it shows human bigotry in the end of the
It
day.
is human bigotry. Thank you
It's
for
human
calling it.
bigotry,
A
yes.
lot of the times I want to call it, but people
Yes.
get very.
I'm not a saint. I'm not a saint by no means. I mean, I do respect people who are vegetarian. I do respect people who are vegans. I do not change their ways of being. And frankly, it's a tough thing they do. And
Yes.
so maybe we can find some way a middle ground. Because
So
I
wait,
know
In
people.
the end, it needs to be a conscious consideration to eat meat, to not eat meat.
Yeah.
What is the source of the meat? There can be somewhat ethical conditions for farm animal.
I don't think
Not
there can
like-
be. I don't think you can like if you think there is an ethical way of farming animals, I'll ask you,
Yeah.
is there an ethical way of
Yeah.
farming humans?
No.
No.
No. So it's the same. It doesn't really
It's the
matter
same.
what the victims, what the species of the victim is. But let me ask you this hypothetical example. There's
Yes.
a person kicking a dog right now on the street. You walk past it. If you were in absolutely no danger at all, what would you do? Would you say something to them? Would you go and join them, or would you just walk on by?
No,
would
I would
stop
say
kicking
leave
the
the dog
dog,
alone.
Yeah. Well, in this example, there's animals who are being exploited and slaughtered every day, and you are the people who are going in and joining on it because you're giving money for them to happen. Even if
Yeah.
you're doing it once a week,
It's-
which by the way is obviously better than every day, but even once a week, animals are still exploited and slaughtered
Yes,
for you.
yes.
And you
But-
can always choose differently.
Yeah, I can. For example, when I'm with friends, the other day I was at a barbecue.
Yeah.
It was 1 year ago. I was with friends who were vegans, and they convinced me that even vegan sausages can taste deliciously.
And they can, yeah.
It
They're
impacts
pretty good,
my
yeah.
behavior of buying food. So, again, as I said, I'm a flexitarian, and for me, the tough question is also man is a part of nature. Nature is cruel. So it's also a comment on.
No.
Look at ants.
But-
Ants
but-
esclave each other, for
but-
example.
but-
Ants are.
I know, but we wouldn't look at nature for the things that we want to do ourselves because in nature there's rape, there's
Yeah.
infanticide,
Yeah.
there's murder, there's violence, a lot of violence.
Yeah.
We built a society where we deem ourselves as above nature.
Yes.
We walk we go on these machines that
Yeah.
go immense speeds
Yeah.
that we normally shouldn't be
We're
able. We
already
fly.
far separated from nature.
We are
That's-
far separated from nature, so we can't use nature as a justification for
Yes.
what we do to them. We know better than
Yes.
that. We know our morals. We know we can choose differently. And in fact, even if you think it is natural, by the way, it is not, because we specifically breed them. We bring them to life
Yes.
to use them as an object and
Yeah.
kill them. There's nothing like
Yeah.
that happening in nature.
So the
But-
first thing that must be stopped would be animal breeding. Animal
How do you
breeding
think
would
can be
stop
stopped?
animal consumption.
Exactly, but well,
Yes,
no, because
only-
there's a demand thing, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, we're in a demand cycle. So when you buy an animal product, of course, the animal that suffered for that product,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about
Yeah.
it. But in order to replace that product on the shelf, there will be more demand, and
Yeah.
down the line, an animal gets killed
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
See?
So
It's
this
brought
is
into
why
existence to be killed,
this is
yeah.
why it's important to find another protein source, because humans need
Exactly.
protein.
Yeah.
We can't eat herbs like the farm
But I
animals.
would
But you
like-
can get protein from
Yeah.
plants. I'm
But- yeah,
very
but
high
Plants.
protein.
What I don't think it's okay is protein from insects.
Yes.
And
No,
worms,
no.
because
It's-
to me they're just as
Exactly.
animals
Yes,
as
Exactly.
Because it's
Exactly.
As
for me.
cows or
For me,
pigs.
it's already, as you say, for me it's a gray line. For you, it's a white and black line. For me, it's a gray line to say it's
But what
okay.
about
I
the
eat a
victim?
cow, because a cow can serve at least 5 people.
But what about the victim?
Yeah, I would like to make my point.
I understand
but
your
think,
point.
But I think it's even more ethically wrong to squash thousands of worms only to make one burger.
I agree with you. Like,
Because if I kill a cow, I take one life. But if I make a burger out of, I don't know, ants or hoppers, I kill thousands of hoppers.
I'm not for
I
eating
would
insects.
be cool if those insects were harvested from, for example, when they were
From a plague,
from a plague, or they were trapped. So it's that it was a measurement to preserve plants. So
Would
I
you
don't
be
know.
cool killing your brother to feed 5
No.
people?
No,
But he would be feeding 5 people.
no.
So his life is worth. You acknowledge that his life has moral
Yeah.
worth. So
It's because people, or because mankind has attributed to different people and different animals different purposes.
But wait, let me ask you, do you think it's the value that you give to him that matters, or the value that he has on his own?
It's the value that I would say that, to quite honest, mankind is egoistic.
So if at some point you get upset with him and no longer give him value,
No, never, because he's my twin.
yeah, but you see what I'm trying to explain to you with this one is that the value that we give individuals doesn't really matter. If you like, I'm a stranger to you. I have theoretically zero value. If I die in a week, you guys might not even know it, and it might not impact you in any way. But like, that does not give you the right to cut my throat and chop me into pieces, right?
I would never.
So the value that
because we share the same.
because you acknowledge that I have value.
Yeah, you have value because
Yeah.
we share the same species.
Not because we share the same species, but because you know I'm a somebody. Because I want to live my life.
Yes.
But animals are somebody too. They want to live their life. They have experiences throughout their life just like we do. They go around having positive and negative emotions
Yes.
towards the experiences that they have. And just like that, they are similar to us in that biggest way that matters. Because to you, your life, I don't think if I ask you what is the most important part of your life, you will ever say anything but your experiences or the people who came out of your experiences. Right? It's not the knowledge that you have. It's not the fact that you're human that matters. It's these experiences that you
Yes.
have. So if you put so much value on that, then surely an animal will also put the same value. Because it's not, you don't put this value intellectually. You put it instinctively. We
Yeah.
all have this value
Yeah.
instinctively. So why wouldn't we give the same acknowledgements to animals? They all deserve the same thing, right?
Yes.
I acknowledge your point.
You acknowledge my point. Well,
Yes.
I'll just give you this. I'll give you a card. I think like there's something there, and
Yeah.
I just want you to explore it a little bit.
Yeah.
Watch the minion.
Yeah.
Or the most important speech you'll ever hear. They're both, you just scan this QR code, they're both the first thing on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you have resources to help you go vegan.
Yeah.
But I watch these two and really see how you feel, because you might not be
Is
want
this
to be
also
part of
your
it.
YouTube channel? Or?
Yeah, this is my YouTube channel. You have it
Okay.
here, my YouTube channel. You can watch also the conversations back.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to discuss animal rights
Yeah.
because it's the
Yeah.
biggest injustice that we as humans do
Only one
nowadays.
point. Only one point. It's a bit outside the argument. Is if hypothetical stop breeding animals in order to eat them or to get I don't know, their fur.
Yeah.
It would at the same time be to me a an interesting experiment. Maybe some AI could develop on that. I wonder how would a world would be, because if we stop harvesting animals like cows, they would disappear because they have
Probably
no
a lot of
financial
them
value,
would.
so they will only be some petting zoos.
We created them in the first place anyway, right?
Yes.
So in any way, a lot of the, for example, dairy cows, they suffer a lot. We don't
Yes.
realize just how much they suffer, not just from what we do to them,
Yes.
but from how we selectively bred them,
Yes.
because the others that they have,
Yes.
that's there's no natural way.
Yes.
Like it breaks their back literally.
Yes.
Like the others that they would have in the wild would be like not even a tenth of what they
Yes,
are now.
yes,
And
yes.
chickens in the wild, for
Yes.
example, they lay eggs, 12 to 15 eggs a
Yes.
year.
Yes, I
The
know
chickens
what
we
you-
bred lay 350 eggs per
I
year.
know,
It's-
I know what you mean. I come from south of Germany, and people were very poor back then.
Yeah.
And people always referred to chicken as roosters because the people were so poor they could only afford roosters. But roosters are smaller than
Yeah.
chickens, so it's you have a trace, a cultural trace in their language. And to me, it's mind-boggling that today we shredder rooster chickens
Oh, you've
because they
seen
will
that,
be
yeah,
smaller, and
yeah.
that's horrific.
It's-
And that's where I join the fight for animal cruelty, because if
But
at
join
the
on
end
the
of-
other sides also. They're all cruel, and you can make different choices. It really is not that
Yes.
difficult. I was actually thinking these days that ever since I went vegan, my life has not been more difficult or more
Yes.
easy. It's the
But
same.
what I like with your approach, with the honest conversation and all thing, is you're acknowledging that going vegan is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight.
It happened overnight for me. I acknowledge that it can be a journey to some people. I wish it weren't. Really wish,
Yeah,
because in
yes.
that journey, you're essentially putting hundreds of individuals
Yeah.
in a place. And while obviously if the end is for you to stop, it's great. But like I no longer see animals as a multitude. I see them as individuals.
Yes.
And each individual is deserving of rights.
Yes.
And if we take it as a journey where we take it one step at a time, then these individuals, they lose their individuality because they get treated like objects where we cut them into pieces and eat them. They're nothing more than objects.
Especially if you see documentaries where they find out that crows are as intelligent as chimpanzees.
They're very intelligent and they smell a lot. Like people think that they go into slaughterhouses and they don't know where they're going. They have this giant nose. Of course they smell the blood. That's insane.
Yeah.
And one awful thing they do in slaughterhouses is that if they use the bolt gun most
I've
of the time.
seen
I
it.
know,
They
I've
are
seen
in
it.
a row. There are 10 cows in a row, and they see
they
right
see it
what's
coming.
happening to them.
They see
And
it
not just
coming.
that,
Yeah.
but the minute that if the bolt gun does not stun, if the stun gun doesn't, so the stun gun only works in a certain part of
Yeah.
the skull,
Yes.
Yeah.
and because the animal is moving, a lot of the times it doesn't work. And if that happens, they try to stun them, doesn't work.
From-
They have to put them in the back of the
Yes,
line.
And there are workers that just don't care for the animal.
From that point
They
of
can't.
view,
They have what do you call it? PTSD from killing animals.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
suffer, like everybody suffers from this. Nobody
Yes,
gets
from that
benefit
point of
from
view,
it.
it's more human how luxury farmers do. They have some special kind of cows, and they go into distance and shoot like a sharpshooter. From that point of view, it's only a cow who's collapsing, and the others wonder what's happened to her.
It's less worse, but it's still
yes,
inhuman.
yes,
It's still unjust.
Yes, I
It's
understand.
still
Yeah,
unjust.
I understand.
I appreciate you having these conversations
Yeah.
with me. Make better choices.
Yeah.
You seem like compassionate, awesome
Yeah.
people. Okay.
Yeah.
No more. How many more animals should be exploited for you?
For me,
Yeah.
the day they find a way of creating products that reach the taste of
Come on, the taste difference is not that much. Is really that taste difference worth killing an animal for? Because you have plant-based meat nowadays,
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
pretty good. A lot of
Yeah,
it is. Pretty
some
good.
was really good. Like for example, if you ever to Germany, the Mühle, which is what's the I don't know. It's a moulin,
I haven't tried that.
Rügenwalder.
Rügenwalder.
Yeah. So they have good plant-based.
Planted is a brand that is in,
Yes.
it's from Germany, and they have really good alternatives also. I feel like a lot of the times we give too much anyway to the taste of meat, because the reality is we slaughter meat in sauces and spices,
Yes.
and we
For
lose
example,
a lot of the taste. Yeah.
And
So
we culturally, maybe we also need to reinvigorate the beauty of legumes and sun
Exactly.
vegetables like
we do.
like
we do.
tomatoes,
They're
bell
healthier.
peppers.
Yeah.
Because it's great to have meat alternatives that are plant-based, but it's even greater to eat fresh vegetables.
Yeah, whole food plant-based diet. So by the way, in the card that I gave you,
Yes.
there is a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free.
Okay.
They help you have a plant-based diet, however you want it, healthy, unhealthy, manage all your taste and everything.
That's
You just gotta pull that trigger and go towards it. And I kid you not, you will not regret it. My biggest regret in life is that I didn't do it earlier. Okay. I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate it. It was a nice
Okay.
discussion.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you doing this combat for the animals.
Thank you. You
Really,
can do
I
it.
don't
too.
know
you
if
can
you
fight.
can reach. I don't know if you can reach everyone, but you're here. You're making people think, and that's the important thing.
It
What I
only
like-
matters if you
what
make
I like
changes.
with your
also,
work
right?
is that you are not lecturing them, but you're
Sometimes
discussing
I'm
it.
lecturing people.
Yeah,
and I'm
but-
not perfect. I
yeah,
did
but-
work with you because you were open. There's people who are not open. There's people who think, yeah, animals are objects, and they start with animals should be respected, and they end with animals are objects because they want to consume animal projects. It's like it's insane. It's just people will bite any
it's just
bullet.
it's maybe we are different because we are not thinking inside this box of.
You seem more
You know, the
open-minded.
Judo-Christian
Yeah.
philosophy said where we put Adam there, and God gave them all to be exploited. Maybe this is also a
We are
point
much
where-
more rooted in the philosophy of interbeing.
So,
I appreciate that.
okay.
You
Keep
guys
up your
are
work.
open-minded. You have more of a responsibility to make the right choices, okay? Because as I told you,
Yes.
most people are not that way. Okay? I appreciate you guys.
Okay.
Stay healthy.
Have a
Continue
good
your
one.
combat.
Okay, everyone, that's it. We're done. I gotta go now. I gotta go, and I have to fix.
How are you?
You wanna do it?
No, that's okay. That's okay. Are you
I
live?
was gonna go, but I'm live. Yeah, I can
Oh,
do it
okay.
on a quick one. Are
Hey,
you
guys.
okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah. I just want to say hi. I was at the Animal Advocacy Forum last
you were?
Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
that's
so I
cool.
recognized you.
Oh, nice,
So,
nice. What was your name?
Gino.
Gino. Nice to meet you,
Nice
Gino.
to
I'm
meet you.
Chip. Oh, that's cool.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty cool. Are you vegan, Gino?
Yeah,
Of course you're vegan. Can I show you on camera?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there you go. There's Gino, everybody. He's
Hey
vegan.
guys,
Is
go
it-
vegan for the animals.
There you go. Is it difficult to be vegan?
No, not at all. No, it's actually, well, if anything, it made me like a way better chef as well.
Heck yeah!
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
No,
yeah.
it's been quite easy. I got really lucky that I found someone who's also vegan, so it's
That's always good.
Yeah, so that's very good, and yeah, we're trying to spread the word and.
Heck yeah. Do
Yeah.
you do activism? Oh, you do
not-
active.
No. I'm trying to get into it. I'm right now. I'm writing a thesis on a multi-species society.
Yeah.
But I want to get more involved with. I think it's time. Yeah.
Let me
yeah.
give you a card.
Yeah.
So in the footer, this is
Yeah.
the card that I give to non-vegans, so I'm sorry about that. But like
Yeah.
in the footer of this, if you scan this QR code or go on this website, in the footer you'll find a link.
Yeah.
It's called We the Free.
Yeah.
We have it here in Amsterdam. We do it every 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
not this week, but the next week.
Yeah.
And you can come there. You can have conversations with people if you're comfortable, and if not, you can at least help the activists with other things, and it's always helpful.
Yeah. I think I would really like to do that. Yeah.
Join
I'll
us.
let you go because
Yeah.
there's more important people to talk
I
to
actually was
today.
ending it anyway,
Oh,
so
okay,
but yeah,
okay.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Thank you for
I'll
being
s-
vegan. You're
yeah,
awesome.
you
All
too,
right.
man. See you
Cheers.
later.
There you go, everybody. That's how it ends. We've had a couple of nice conversations. We had a person who's going vegan. Well, we didn't have any people who said they're going vegan. I had a good impression of these two twins. I really did not like the girl that was off camera. Like she started justifying the heck out of it and she appealed to futility quite fast, didn't she? Like instantly, well, no matter what you're gonna do, it's gonna be harm, you're gonna be exploiting. No, it's not. You're not gonna be oppressing animals. It's not animal oppression if you defend your crops or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna try to fix this tripod, and if not, I have plenty of donations that you guys have made, and I appreciate you for everything that you've done. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for the donations. I will be back again tomorrow. I will do some outreach tomorrow again. I'll be back tomorrow and Sunday. Sunday is NARD, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to be holding a speech at NARD about burnout, activism burnout, and how to prevent it. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe. We do this fairly often, or we used to. It's been a bit of less nowadays, but we're gonna do it more often again. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm live. I'm starting to notice that if I start the video myself on the stream, sometimes I get better numbers, so I might continue doing that. I don't know. It's weird about that, but I'm just saying subscribe. I'll try to let you know every time ahead of time when I go live. But if I can't, I just can't. That's it. But I appreciate everybody being here. Oh, John Kautas says, I tried to get involved in NARD, but not enough activists where I am. Sad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, John Kautas. If you come to Amsterdam, there's enough activists here in Netherlands, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of other speakers also. So, yeah, so there you go. Somebody. When someone mentions crop deaths, the first thing you should do is mention they aren't only killing the cow, also all the crops it was fed, insects they ate that were in the grass, etc. I usually do that. Yeah. But I try to make a point. I try to make the whole complete argument. It's not just a small argument. I feel like that's the end to me. You should never start with that particular argument. You should always start with, well, it's a little bit more difficult. There's intent, there's non-intent, and always end with the fact, because at the end you can always say, well, regardless, let's say you don't agree with me on any of them. When you consume an animal product, all the crop deaths that you have a problem with, of course they're going to exist also for the food that the animal has eaten. And a lot of the times, well, not always, it's always more than what you get out of the animal because of simple thermodynamics, right? Anyway, over the hills and far away says hello, nice to see you here. And you were a good example of somebody who came to the channel and realized that animal oppression is wrong. I appreciate that about you. But that was his reason for animal death, man, so it should be said first. I don't know who you're talking about, his reason for animal death, but like Frasco, drop a comment afterwards with the exact timeline, and I'll look at it. You know, when I'm in the moment, I try to bring the best argument that I think is the right one, but I never know, right? So if you have seen an opportunity for me to say something else, I would really appreciate it, because I really want to try and say something else, but I also don't know exactly which one you mean. The Two Last Men. Yeah, but I don't know exactly what you mean, because I didn't get the impression that they were ever saying anything about crop deaths from me. I never got that impression. But, so I don't know. If you got that impression, maybe I missed the point or something. So that's why I said, like, just drop a timeline and say, hey, you probably should have tackled this a little bit differently. It helps me. It does help me get better at what I do. But either way, why is bro so buff? Because I work out and I eat a lot. There you go. Of course you can be buff. Vegan and buff, mother. There you go. And wait, let me see if I can do a lat spread. I mean, my lats are not that big because I'm not on steroids and shit. But my hands are big. So there's that. Thank you so much. What's the size of your biceps? I have no clue. I never measured them. I'm guessing they're pretty big. Not my biceps. I think my triceps are bigger, and it pushes my biceps also. But either way, Rick and Morty had at the age of 50 hits hard. Why? Do you have a problem with people trying to connect with their inner child? Oh, brother. Maybe go to therapy a little bit. And then realize that it's actually a very good thing to connect with your inner child. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate everybody for moderating, for having the conversations in the chat, and for the donations. This has been this these have been super useful, and coincidentally, as I said, like because the tripod might have broken, they probably will come to great use. Thank you for that. Oh, I see what you mean now. Oh, you see. Oh, I remember now. When someone says they're only killing that one cow, you can mention it's more than that. You're right. You're right. I should have mentioned that. You're right. That's a good point. I should have mentioned that. I missed that point. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for telling me that. Um, yeah, I should. That would have been a good thing to say. You're right. You're right. You're right. Now I kind of like. I wish I said that. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll be more attentive next time. You're right. That's it. We're done. Thank you for being here. Have an awesome day. Live vegan. Be vegan. What kind of meat do you guys recommend me? Plant-based meat. I recommend you that you eat plant-based meat because, as you can see, you can build hell of a lot of muscle, and you are not being violent towards any innocent sentient being by doing so. Yeah, Frosco training. Yeah, I did get it. You're right. I do remember when he said that, and yeah, I think part of me kind of thought about it. I remember thinking about it, but I didn't come out. So I don't know why it didn't come out. I don't know. I made a decision somewhere there, or my brain made a decision, because you know how much of the decisions are we making and how much are our brains making. But anyway, that's a different conversation. And I appreciate everybody for being here. I have to go now, but I appreciate you so much for being here and for just being awesome. Okay, this community is beautiful. We have a beautiful community here. Okay, a beautiful community. A beautiful community, okay? We're gonna have a beautiful community. We're gonna have this vegans community, okay, everybody? So I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what I'm doing there, but either way, Trump, yeah, Trump, beautiful community. Okay, everybody. Somebody is so triggered that they had to write down all the things that they exploit, all the animals that they exploit. Stop exploiting. Have a good one, everybody.